Come on. Wednesday night. We all know what that means. Take it away, Connor.
I wonder what. Oh, that's better.
Is it Monday Night Raw?
Hey everyone, and welcome to the All Elite Zone podcast on YouTube and Twitch. We're here for our AEW Dynamite live reaction. You may notice we did not go live as we promised during our was supposed to be an interview, but things happened and we weren't able to do that. But we do have a replacement. After Dynamite, I made something happen. I'm gonna let you guys, the audience, guess who it is. It was a very curveball, but I pulled it off. We will have a replacement after Dynamite. He is a former WWE guy. He's been in AEW. He's got a beard, very long beard.
Wait a minute. This is actually happening tonight after Dynamite.
Yes, I was able to pull.
Yes,
sir.
I'm
not gonna comment on why the Outrunners couldn't be on, but it wasn't anything bad or anything. It's just miscommunication, I guess. But there will be a replacement.
Impressive.
Lane's reaction is the best.
Kind of working his magic.
I got a very last-minute placement.
Start tweeting that now. Let's go. Let's get tweeted out so we actually have people coming into the show.
Yep, that's.
Oh man.
Got Adam Cole and MJF first.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I feel like that match is going to get AEW potentially over a million because last week they got a very good number for that segment.
It was good. It was a good promo for sure. I was really impressed with it last week.
A little bit too small.
I'm loving the baby blue. That's one of my favorite colors.
Somebody make a figure of that, please.
The Adam Cole. That looks really cool. I know Britt Baker and Adam Cole, they matched one week with both Baby Blue.
So you think Britt's going to have Baby Blue gear tonight? Or, is she wrestling tonight?
I don't believe so, but it kind of got me thinking. They probably aren't, but it could be a woman for the future. You know what I mean? Baby Blue.
Yeah. Oh. Don't jinx it. We don't need any more babies yet from wrestling fans. Something in the water. No, but fairness, though, those who are having babies in wrestling, in both AEW and WWE, congratulations to old Sammy. Congratulations to Carmella. I'm happy for them.
I guess I'll just I'll go with this for now because there's gonna be quite a few people on here for the interview. So I guess I'll just leave it at. Well, I could just. Which was better? This. Not that.
This one's good.
Your show, Connor. I'm in for the ride, man.
You're the captain.
We're just here to talk wrestling.
I think this looks better for because Michael's fixing to be on, so it'll look a lot bigger when he gets. But I'll use the other one once. It's time for the interview.
I'm looking at tonight's card, and holy cow! I didn't really have a chance to look at it besides Cole and the Elite and Blackpool Combat Club. But man, this is gonna be a fun show. Yeah. But I bet Britt's gonna do something tonight because you got Sky Blue versus Tony Storm. So I wonder if she'll do a run-in.
That's going to be interesting. I didn't think Sky Blue would win. That was like a real shocker to me.
I loved it. I thought it was great storytelling. That was a great match.
Very NWO-ness or Hogan-ness.
Yeah.
From that.
I see shades of that. Yeah,
but you look at that fatal four-way for the women, and you're like, the only one you would have thought realistically was Britt. You never thought Sky Blue was gonna win.
Yeah, which is true. I don't know.
The other two women, Nyla and Mercedes, are technically heel.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of had to be Sky Blue in this one.
I was assuming it was going to be Britt Baker because their feud and it just felt that was the obvious choice, but I'm glad it
Yeah, I
wasn't.
think there's a lot of people's pick.
I'm glad it wasn't what we thought it was.
Oh,
I just tweeted.
good scouting from MJF tonight.
There will be a graphic for Eric Rowan, but since it is last minute, it will be a little bit.
Yeah.
Where's
Cannot wait to.
He's not getting popcorn over there. What is
Just get it on the
doing?
Facebook and the Twitters.
Is he eating popcorn? Like he's
This
in
guy
good
just
shape.
wants a hug.
Stay away from that. He just wants. He's just
Oh,
causing trouble. I love MJF. I really do.
There's
You got
gonna
the
be
Rick
more
Rude now?
Oh,
Rick Rude.
No, he was doing the Rick Rude pose.
I was just watching some of Rick Rude today. That dude was crazy. I learned something I didn't know about him.
what'd you learn?
He beat the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
For how nice.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder who didn't beat up the Ultimate Warrior for how that guy acted.
I know Jake the Snake. It was on Dark Side of the Ring. I was watching, and he got up in his face, and he's. I don't know what it was about, but
Yeah, see, I think Rick Rude was a shooter. He'll really beat somebody up if he had to.
Oh,
I mean,
just
he
wait
was
until
real.
tomorrow. Like, I learned a lot of stuff about Iron Sheik. Did you guys watch that documentary I sent in the group chat? Like,
I have seen the documentary before. Yeah, I've seen that.
for you guys that are listening, if you guys get a chance before tomorrow's Iron Sheik or basically our special forum, there's this really great documentary that I had no idea about his drug issues and about his daughter. I didn't realize that his daughter was
sad.
murdered.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea because I'm seeing like all this great footage. I'm like, man, this guy looks like he's just loved by everybody. He's got, he's loved by fans, his fellow talent. Heck, even he hugged Hogan. So he really kept kayfabe mostly alive, besides
Really?
that documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He was a one and only, man. There's never going to be another
that's
one
for
like him.
sure. That is for sure.
I'll be
Like I said, it's gonna be a good episode. I'm excited for tomorrow's show. Are you guys excited for our Iron Sheik episode? Did you guys watch a lot of Iron Sheik when you guys were growing up, or when you guys got older? Like, when did you guys start watching the Iron Sheik?
Oh, shit. I think like probably after I got into wrestling. Finally, I was able to kind of, I guess, experience different styles and different characters. And one character that always kind of caught my eye was the Iron Sheik. Like him and the Undertaker both. There was one, those characters that were kind of larger than life.
I feel like they really lived their gimmick. Both of them did.
Yeah.
That's looking at both their documentaries, it's like those two guys are probably the most dedicated, probably athletes in the business. In a somewhat healthy way for that time frame.
Yeah. And they
What about you?
Yeah.
What about you, Adam? Like, what did you think when you first saw the Sheik?
I mean, it was early '90s. Like, it was towards the tail end of like the golden era of '80s wrestling, and you had like the '90s style coming out. And hate to say it, the Sheik was pretty much almost obsolete until you had a little bit of a feud with him and Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I kind of caught the tail. I always loved the Iron Sheik character. Really played an excellent field, everything like that. But yeah, no, it's. I would say that probably was the '90s, the tail end of the '80s golden era of wrestling.
Yeah, I wish I was around to watch him in his heyday, because my first memory of the Sheik was when he was backstage and went, "Oh, you know it, you jabroni," to Zack Ryder. That was the first time I saw the Iron Sheik, and then really once I kind of got older and wrestling, that's kind of how. Once I got kind of outside just the modern wrestling is, when I first started watching wrestling, I thought a lot of the old stuff, anything from the 80s, I did not like it at first. I had to grow and start my taste better. And once I start watching, like looking at the Sheik, with Sheik and Bob Backlund, I watched that one the other day. And I'm like, wow, like for somebody to come in and beat Bob Backlund's one of his one of the longest title reigns in any wrestling company, that was incredible.
I think he was one of those that kind of spans over generations. That no matter, I mean, if you become a wrestling fan, eventually you're gonna learn about the Iron Sheik. You know what I'm saying? Like eventually you're gonna come across a match, or you're gonna hear a story,
Yeah,
something like that. He was so many lives. It's incredible.
like I remember there was a lot of funny stories on Busted Open, and I'll share a couple of them tomorrow for sure. The one that I'll share tonight just to give you guys a free one, but apparently, I didn't know this, but I didn't realize he coached outside, like when he first started getting actually into the business, when he was just wrestling smaller territories. I didn't realize that he was he was idolized in Iran, and then he came over here and coached the United States Olympic team. I had no idea.
Yeah, he was a big star in his country for amateur wrestling. So, I mean, a lot of the pro wrestlers. I mean, some of them even today, some of them back there, they all had amateur wrestling background. It's like MMA fighters. A lot of MMA fighters have amateur wrestling background.
Looking at it, he was the third best at one time in the country.
Yeah.
And I'll share the story why he was the number one guy. I'll share that big one tomorrow because that one's very, very crazy. So, for you guys that don't know, we are doing a very special episode for the Iron Sheik tomorrow night, 7 Central. We're going to have a very great episode, talk his career, talk about the impact that he left on this business. He was probably one of the most controversial heels in any era of wrestling.
He used to get that real heat. Like people wanted to fight that man.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Ever since we had the cancellation and replacement, everything's been everywhere. But we made it work.
Good. Awesome.
Didn't expect to pull off what I pulled off, but I think this is going to be really, really good.
Working that magic.
Yeah.
Thumbnail is being made as we speak, and now we replaced.
Sweet. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I know Michael will do a pretty good movie.
Yeah, Michael is so good with his thumbnails.
Thank you, Davis. I really appreciate it. Hey, Cody.
Good to see you, brother. You doing all right?
Oh, and MJF's pay-per-view level match, and it's free. Yeah, this could be on a pay-per-view, and you're doing it for free.
I think it will eventually be on. I think it won't be Forbidden Door, but I think it'll be. It'll be at the All In or All Out, one of the two.
I think we got a little color there.
Also appreciate Lane for coming on. I know it was last minute, but I'm glad.
Yes. I was, like I said, getting back into it and just wanted to, especially with tonight's card. Like this is a big build up for, for Saturday. Collision's going to be awesome. So
yeah,
I feel like there's gonna be something special tonight. So I was like, you know what, I feel like this is a good way to get back into doing a live stream. So
MJF spray tan, didn't he?
This is a hell of an opener.
Of course he did.
He sprayed way too much.
Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
Now he's just taking reference from Matt Cardona's Zack Ryder.
I remember when Cody did it one time.
Tan's better than you, and you know it.
It was like way too much tan spray.
Put that on a t-shirt.
You have to.
Yes. Oh man. So I'm super excited for who we have coming up tonight. Connor, you're a miracle. You're a miracle, man. You're like the freaking fairy godmother of the All Elite Zone.
I wasn't confident I was going to be able to pull something off, but I'm glad I was able to.
Yeah, I'm excited for this interview. Like, we have the Great Redbeard coming on tonight after this, so stick around for our interview. It's gonna be amazing. I'm excited.
Yep, Eric.
I'm a member of the Wyatt family.
You may know him as Eric Rowan.
Brandon?
Eric Beard. He's been in AEW a few times.
Good to see it.
Talking elite.
Awesome, man! I can't wait to see you tomorrow night. And make sure also, Brandon and anybody listening, if you guys are coming on tomorrow, this also goes for our wonderful panel as well. Make sure you guys have your favorite F Hogan tweets. Okay, like make sure that's gonna be. We're gonna have that. That's gonna be the best way to close it out. The best way we can honor the great Iron Sheik. So make sure you guys bring your best Hogan moments. Of course, we'll censor them, of course, but because we don't want to get not copyright strike. We don't want to get that strike against us. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
He never liked that Hulk Hogan. He never liked him.
That was pretty good.
Jabroni.
Lane, you didn't hear my answer, what you asked everyone earlier on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We kind of got off topic. What about you, Chris? Like, what was your first taste of the Iron Sheik? I know, especially with liking like a lot of the traditional wrestling and Memphis kind of style. What's your thoughts on the Sheik?
First off, welcome back. Second, it's the Iron Sheik, not the Sheik. And number 3, I don't know anything about the Iron Sheik, but all I do know is though he was a former WWE champion. He was at the WrestleMania 17 for the Gimmick Battle Royal.
Yep.
And you know what Bobby Heenan said? It'll take him to WrestleMania 38 to get to the ring.
Dang. That's I need to add that quote in there because I had the Gimmick Battle Royale in tomorrow's script.
And
Sorry,
and out of the wrestling ring, as you said, kayfabe or all that, he had a little incident with the Howard Stern show's own Beetlejuice.
I do want to say he is known as the Iron Sheik, and then there's the Sheik.
Yeah, the Sheik was what? Was the Sheik in the 60s, or was it the same time?
I believe he was. I don't know if he was kin to the Iron Sheik, and then the Iron Sheik is kin to Sabu, and then RVD. Well, Sabu's nephew is RVD. That's really. I didn't think they all. RVD and Sabu does not seem like they would be related, but they are.
Yeah.
Iron Sheik was he was
and
something
the Iron
else.
Sheik did, and the last thing for Lane, the Iron Sheik did win the champion from Bob Backlund, who held the title for 5 years.
Yeah.
That is just crazy. So I had that, like I said, we're going to have a whole thing on Bob Backlund. But that was probably one of my favorite, like, classic wrestling matches. Like, I watched that one. I watched that one yesterday after I watched the documentary, and holy cow. Like,
it told a story. It was a great story.
Match. And and I know it's the transition to Hogan's championship run in the new, that big new era of the company where Vince McMahon, Jr., wanted to take the company. And it's crazy to see like how evolved Sheik was, and looking at how like he was looking at it right now. Like he was probably aside from Hogan and Macho Man, really the Iron Sheik was the third. Or made Ultimate Warrior, but I'd say he's probably the third loudest crowd reaction. Like I said, that guy knew how to get heat.
He would get heat. Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome. Brandon, I met
really
WrestleCon 2015.
Wow, Brandon. Awesome. If you like, I have my Twitter handle down below at Taz the Major Mark. Tweet that photo to at Taz Major Mark and All Elite Zone, and maybe we'll be able to share it for tomorrow. If that's all right, Connor.
There's an interesting story about the Iron Sheik. About
ignore my brother in the comments.
Yeah.
I don't know what he is. I don't know.
You guys been
I haven't seen
have you guys been keeping up with some of the Dark Side of the Ring episodes in the new season?
I have.
I need to watch it
this season.
I've seen the Chris Candido and Tammy Cinch.
I hear the Chris Candido one's really good.
The Magnum TA one is very interesting. The Magnum TA,
really
the
good.
fact that a whole promotion put their faith into that guy, and he had his incident, like derailed the entire company.
So what happened? So did he just get in a wreck and then is that what happened?
So Magnum TA. I mean, so believe it or not, if you've seen the documentary on him, with Darkseid. Basically, he started out as a bouncer at a bar where all these wrestlers would come to, and he basically. Well, first of all, he got bamboozled by one. One stole $10,000 from him, and he never got it back.
Oh, that did happen. That did happen.
Yeah. So, but he ended up getting trained by that same guy for 2 hours, and then did a bunch of matches with them. And they thought he's been trained for years, but he only got 2 hours of training. But he had the physique.
It was natural.
And he literally just became a natural in the ring. If nobody knows the promotion he worked for, it was Crockett promotion. So that was a promotion. Yeah, that was a promotion he wrestled for, and they literally were going to make him the world champion. And so what happened was he bought a new car, and it was raining out, and he took a curve too hard, and he literally side hit a pole, like an electric pole.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
It destroyed the pole, and he barely survived. He literally lost blood. They said he's going to be a paraplegic, and they didn't think he would ever walk again.
Yeah, because when the impact happened, his head bounced off the top of the car or the car.
He says it in the episode. He's like he had that much space between his head and the roof. Yeah. That's how small that car was.
Was like what, a Ferrari?
It was something like that. I can't remember the design of the car at all.
It was a sports car. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was a sports car.
That's just wild to me. Like, looking at that is just crazy. But I guess that doesn't. I guess looking at too, I heard that because I listened to the Jericho interview that he did with the guys, and that because doesn't the episode end with him actually walking again?
So the episode ends with him basically he's in an electric chair, but he still has more partial movement of his left side. So he can still
so he's able to fully move.
He's still moving stuff, and but it ends with him about his second marriage. So and him just going to events and meeting people that are fans of him. So
that is incredible. Like just to hear that and kind of have that, I guess to have that story. It's like it's good to know that it didn't end on a bad note. That he just didn't give up.
Right.
Like that, and because normally with Dark Side of the Ring, it usually ends with their death or jail time or murder. So to hear that, something like that happen, at least he's able to move some part of his body. That is incredible. I'm gonna have to check that episode for sure.
I want to say this match right here, MJF and Adam Cole, it reminds me of one match that I didn't think it would remind me of, but Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels. Ric Flair as MJF and Shawn Michaels as Adam Cole.
Oh man, you know what? You're not off on that at all, really.
I don't know why.
I'm curious, man.
Let's get those vibes. MJF has done pretty. Like people say he can't wrestle, but of course he doesn't wrestle as much. But when he does get in the ring, he can actually put on a pretty good match.
Yeah,
I think
put together some technical stuff.
Yeah.
Is
that a power driver?
They're on my TV. They're setting up for it. Oh my gosh!
It looks like a power driver.
This is a really good technical match. Like this better crack 1 million.
I think it will because last week this segment got exactly 999,000. Exactly not.
Wow.
1,000 over 1 million.
It's nothing to sneeze at all.
So if they can do that, I'm sure they can get over 1 million for this. But if not, at least in 900,000. Better in 700,000. But Eric Rowan is great. I like Eric Rowan.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've always wanted to interview him.
You guys, that's tough, Jason. I don't know who I want to win.
Is it a championship match?
It's a I believe an eliminator. I believe.
Oh, okay. So
if Cole wins, then he gets that.
So he can lose so he can lose without having to really.
Okay, I don't know how this is going to go down.
Would you have MJF lose this one though, or would you have him beat Adam Cole due to his trickery, his bamboozleness, his hitting with the old ring?
I would say he would pull shenanigans.
I know it's gonna.
Shenanigans.
Oh, what is this?
Is he gonna do a table spot?
No, he's gonna fool
No
us.
freaking way. Why is he doing this?
That was a Randy Savage elbow on top of a Shawn Michaels elbow.
You know what? It is rare to see MJF go up top on just a TV match.
Right.
He's
This is a pay-per-view caliber.
Oh my gosh! What an elbow drop!
That was a Shawn Michaels, a Randy Savage.
The eyes before he jumped was just awesome. It was like insane look.
But I think I don't want it to happen, but it may not happen. But Jericho cost Adam Cole and have to go.
You know, that's a very WWE booking, but I can see that happening.
It is very WWE.
But I would rather MJF cheat to win than continue the feud. Then I don't know how this is going to go. Like, I really can't say what's going to happen here.
I mean, I can see.
Clearly, he's not going to win clean.
I can see Chris Jericho coming down to distract the ref, and then MJF pulling out the ring, knocking out Adam Cole, and then taking that win.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. This is crazy. Ethan, thank you so much. It's nice to be back. You know, had a good mental health break, and we are rolling tonight. I missed everybody. I was crying like after we went off air last week. I was just so emotional. Like, I missed everybody on the show. And
glad to have you back, man.
It's been great to be back. You guys are all great to talk with, and man, like I'm so glad that we're on tonight watching Dynamite, because this is just incredible. Like we are witnessing history this week for sure. So thanks, Ethan. I missed you as well. So hope you're doing well. Yeah, man, good to see you.
Well, they're giving this match such time.
I love that. Like,
MJF's face. 27 or 727. Someone's bleeding.
Uh-oh.
I think it's MJF.
MJF was bleeding earlier. He started bleeding.
Yeah, his mouth was bleeding.
Yeah.
Ironic, he said in the interview after the pay-per-view when he said, "I don't want to roll it around in Moxley's blood, but now his blood's in the ring."
Well, you also remember too, MJF has, you know, he's got very fine, rich blood. You know, it's not tainted.
Not tainted.
MJF's on a mission. He's on a mission to shut people up that he can't wrestle, because that was a good flying elbow. Oh god.
I just can't believe that. Like, seriously, this match is pay-per-view like quality. What's up, Michael?
What's up, guys?
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you as well, man.
Man, just I don't know. Like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Like, could they count MJF out? He looks like he's doing.
That's what I was thinking as well. Like, Adam Cole wins, but he doesn't win. Well, even though this is, well, never mind either, because it is an eliminator match. I was gonna say MJF wins. I mean, like, Adam Cole wins, but he doesn't win the title.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an eliminator match, so that wouldn't really.
Also, look at MJF's trunks tonight. He literally copied Ric Flair's signature font that he had on the shorts.
I didn't notice that until you pointed that out, dude. I just noticed that.
Does this layout look okay to everyone?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
The background layout?
Or, well, just how everyone sees it.
Oh, yeah, it looks good.
Because when Eric Rowan comes on, it'll be a lot of little bitty squares. Ooh. MJF's gonna beat up Bryce. Oh, he pushed him.
Oh my gosh.
He laid out Bryce.
Uh-oh.
No, not Bryce.
No, Bryce, no.
What's up with the ref?
Something fishy's about to happen.
Boy.
Look at that face that Adam Cole or
The
MJF made.
security guard's got a Pepsi drink.
Let him drink it.
Out of anything.
I got a Pepsi drink too, but it's diet.
He's gonna cheat to win.
Uh-oh.
Eddie Guerrero.
Shenanigans.
Oh no, no. Oh.
Of course. Classic MJF.
Why are you holding the belts though?
The referee didn't see it.
What the
No, he didn't.
That back.
Wow.
Look at him laughing, going, it ain't working.
Adam Cole. What is he gonna do? Oh, you fuck. Oh, Adam Cole.
Oh.
MJF's definitely gonna use that in an advantage for a promo.
Oh gosh.
Oh. Is he actually gonna pull this?
Oh man. Oh.
Good guy.
Come on, Bryce.
Chris is about to blow up over there.
Damn.
Oh my god, he kicked out.
Chris,
Whoa.
He kicked out.
I thought for sure that was gonna be it.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Adam near fall for Adam Cole.
That guy
Knocked
who
out.
is so good.
Why is this not the main event? This should be the main event.
Yeah, I agree, dude.
You gotta start off hot because if you think about it, if you start off, I love the Elite, but think about it, if you start off the Elite, people would probably turn off the channel.
Terrell, thanks for watching. We definitely appreciate
Yeah, but
it.
good to see you.
Mr. Jacobs, can you and the guys podcast a happy Christmas?
Yeah, I think Chris will be fine.
If they go again, this needs to be a main event of a pay-per-view.
Exactly.
At least
This is a pay-per-view caliber match.
like normally during the main event, they don't get enough time. So at least they're getting. It's already been 32 minutes, plus 30 minutes they've been in the ring. So a lot of other matches going to get cut short probably. But hey, I'm all for paper. Like this is on free TV.
I know. Got to get that taste. Got to get that taste. Because now you're going to want it in the next paper.
As a Ric Flair, like that's why I said Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels.
Like it's great that this is the opening, but it's like this match is just too good to not be the main event.
Hey, you're not lying.
Like that's why I said Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels. Who would have done that? Ric Flair would have totally done that.
I'm sorry. I noticed the woman in the front in the pink just making a face.
I'm just now looking at her.
You got the ring.
He should just put all three rings on.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was the same ring. Isn't it the same ring, or is it a different one every time?
Oh, I'm not for sure. I know they had a shirt that had all three rings. Oh, that backfired. Everything's backfired on MJF tonight. What kind of move was that? Canadian Destroyer? What was that?
Panama City something is what he calls it.
Panama Sunrise.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
That'll be it.
I love that. I love that finisher.
Yeah.
MJF.
Damn it, time limit draw.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn it.
See? Okay. See?
Boom!
Damn it.
This is the way they end the match. Really?
I'm okay with that though. Because think about it.
Something's gonna happen.
They could be a part two. Have that be on the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it too, right? So we don't normally get a time limit draw, right?
Not normal.
I'm okay with that for the ending of this match, personally. What's your guys' take on it?
As long as we get.
I mean, continuing the story, I'm down with that. I mean, give me more of this. It's awesome.
Honestly, MJF needs to hold the belt to at least All Out anyway. I'm not saying a title match, but
I don't think
this just drags it out.
I don't think this is gonna be. I think this feud is gonna continue for a little bit. So as
I have
long
no
as
problem with that.
Adam Cole's got a mic. He's gonna ask for 5 more minutes. MJF and be like, "Heck no." But Adam Cole didn't lose either, so
The finish was so well done. I gotta say.
Yeah, it was a draw, so he didn't really lose.
5 more minutes. You're lucky you didn't get a match with him on TV. I don't think he's gonna give you 5 more minutes. Look at his face.
Called it.
5 more minutes. You did call it totally.
Man, that's me when I'm late to work.
You're lucky to get a match with MJF. For him to
I wish the real world like
5
that.
more minutes. Come on, give me 5 more
Can I
minutes.
get 5 more minutes? You know, for lunch.
Snooze button.
5 more minutes.
Of
course
that was
not.
a really good match. Like that, and this is the location of where the first ever Dynamite was at. So that came out with
history.
That came out with
True
the banger
fact.
tonight. They came back to Washington D.C., just not to this exact same arena to where they began Dynamite. This feud's definitely not over between MJF and Cole.
No.
And I'm not mad at that at all. Give me more. I want to see where they're going with this.
He just
They got to drag this out all out. They got to.
I think it could be the main event of All In.
Yeah, we're all in.
I would say Forbidden Door, but it wouldn't really make sense to do it there, considering. I mean, you could, but
As long as he holds it till August or September, I think that's when he should drop it.
The DraftKings sponsor tonight.
When are they not the
That's a
sponsor?
bunch of BS.
Right.
Sometimes it's
Yes,
State
we got
Farm.
AEW and WWE covered.
Well, they got all the sports. I was watching
UFC.
hockey the other night. I was watching some hockey, and then DraftKings blasted all over everything.
Hey, I don't live there, but let's give it up for the Vegas Knights for winning the Stanley Cup. Yeah.
Dude, I was so happy for that. They were my second favorite team.
So I said that too. Because I'm a Blackhawks
Yeah.
fan naturally, but I love the Knights.
Dude, 9-3.
They just destroyed them.
That was just crazy. And I don't even see. I was at fire training last night, so I'm just sitting there watching clips on my phone as we're in between drills, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they went total beast mode.
It sounds like a spanking.
Oh yeah,
It was just embarrassing. I think Florida just ran out of just steam.
yeah, just like my Stars did. Or Dallas next year, hopefully.
Maybe.
I agree.
Right
Brandon.
back.
That was a hell of a match. Sure.
Yeah, it was.
That was. Do you watch Championship Wrestling from Memphis? I've been to a few shows.
That's a Chris thing.
As they're local to me, I've been there when they had Lance Archer and they had Brian Cage one time. But I know Chris watches it every week. Is it like every Saturday morning or afternoon, Chris?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Well, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't.
The real. We're
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, you know.
He's-
MJF is a bunch of BS.
What if he says,
Somebody paid $1,000 cameo to get him to say something nice to Chris.
oh, before we came on the air, I was telling everybody about a replacement, and I thought it was MJF at first.
Well, actually, he said it was a world champion.
Which Eric Redbeard is a world champion in he's an indie promotion, but technically a world champion.
I said it was David Arquette.
Yeah,
Oh, that would get us in some trouble. Actually, that'd be a fun interview. Connor, wait, crap! I bet his rate's expensive. Mr.
I don't
Famous.
know. I know. I don't want to get into people's details, but Eric Redbeard was very, very generous.
Yeah, I'm excited to have him on. You know, like I cannot wait to pick his brain about the Wyatt family or his his music. What? I'm behind you.
Uh-oh, CM Punk.
Uh-oh.
I love a
What?
commercial about that. No, it's a commercial.
Oh, it's a commercial
Yeah.
in Chicago. Nice. Dude, he's gonna come out the biggest heel of the year after Saturday.
Dude, he's gonna be so over when it comes to being a heel, dude. It's gonna be dope.
He's back, baby. Now he's wearing a Rancid shirt. Awesome. Oh, he's targeting the Elite.
Did Bro shave his head?
Bro looks, yeah. He's back.
Ugh. He said the exact same thing at the press conference.
Uh-oh. We're going to get the next pipe bomb, aren't we?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Anybody
doubt
else get chills? I got chills, man.
yeah.
AEW is back because of the best wrestler in the world's back.
I'm curious to see what he's going to say. I didn't expect to see him, a promo or anything from him before Collision, but it makes sense to do something, like a little video package or something.
Oh yeah, definitely.
God.
Spanish God, Sammy.
I think Sammy's a face now after he became a daddy.
I don't know what he is half the time.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's the hard part. He wanted to
he's
cheer with
flipping
that
more than
flip
the
back.
Big Show.
He's in that gray area.
Congrats,
Well,
Sammy.
think about it. They had to turn him heel. Like, see, the thing is, they had to turn him heel once he broke up with his ex and started dating, Tay. Which I think people are just crazy. Just don't worry about their personal life. If he wants to date, a Brazilian, then just don't let it be. Just don't worry about it. It's his life, not yours.
I mean, I would date Ty Conti if I was. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Who wouldn't, dude? Who wouldn't?
Well,
But,
that's yeah.
She would literally kill all of us. I mean,
but
Yeah.
I don't know if have you guys seen the gender of the?
No, I
it's
have
a
not
girl.
heard about that.
I think it's a girl.
Girl?
Yeah, it's a
You
girl.
already announced it. I didn't know she was that far
Good
along.
for them. Good for them.
Well,
Apparently
congrats.
Apparently she's been pregnant for quite a few weeks. Now you just started to announce it at Double or Nothing.
Man, I love that shirt too. That's a nice shirt. Man, this has been a good show tonight.
Yeah, it's been pretty fire.
Well, he's gonna tell. It's so crazy. Yeah, I can see Sammy being a girl dad. So happy for him.
Yeah, that's congratulations to him. That's pretty dope, honestly.
I'm just surprised you haven't seen any matches or any build-ups to Forbidden Door yet. They're what, 10 days away? 11 days away?
Yeah.
Not that far away at all.
We got 2 matches. I bet we get some more match announcements tonight.
Sorry, Sammy, but it's gonna be wild until you get that done.
Darby. Okay, I wanted Brandon CM Punk said I've got a lot. He said I've got a lot of stuff I've got to get off my chest. He said that during the pipe bomb. I didn't know. Now I noticed that. Because his first thing he said during the pipe bomb was, "I've got a lot I need to get off my chest."
I didn't think about that until just now.
So
Darby.
He's spitting water. He's playing Triple H tonight.
I'm curious to see what he's going to say. You never know what's going to happen when CM Punk's got a mic.
Wow, he looks good. I always like Darby. We're gonna get Sammy and Darby tag teaming, or we're gonna get them in a.
They've had very good matches in TNT champs.
He's got a match tonight, though.
Yeah, he does. In the 8-man tag. Oh, we might be getting. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's going to happen, but AEW put a T-shirt of Surfer Sting. So could we possibly get Surfer Sting now?
They're going to tease that and not give it a payoff.
They could. I hope. It'll be very different. Very fun to see in AEW.
I'm down for this, for the Spanish Death There you go. New tag team name. Trademark it.
Yeah.
Spanish Death.
Put the T-shirt.
What's up, Darla? Good to see you. Hope
Hey,
you're having a good
Darla.
show tonight. Yeah, I'm so happy for him too, Darla.
Baby girl.
So happy for him.
Chris. Uh-oh. I'm in big trouble. Because we haven't really got these left the JAS and what's going on with that. But
Oh God!
We're gonna get Jericho and Sammy.
It's kind of fun doing that.
Are we
whole
finally
four
gonna get
pillar-
that match?
Like doing that 4-pillar storyline that Sammy hated MJF, and then all of a sudden he was trying to be friends with him.
Well, I think it's that kind of like transition. Like he's basically he has that respect, and he kind of had to. And plus with his baby, it's like that's the hard part. Sammy's had two big things that have happened where he had to turn heel because he allegedly cheated, but he just broke up with his girlfriend no matter what.
Right.
And they turned on him because of that. And then now that he's got a baby on the way, and he had one of the best matches probably on the pay-per-view with the rest of the pillars. Oof. I don't know. I can see why the fans are cheering him.
He cheated.
Of him.
He cheated on his ex.
Apparently, allegedly. All I know is that they broke up. They hold no remorse towards each other. And then, because think about it, Sammy and Ty were traveling together. So that's where like the rumors came from, because she was always in the vlogs. They were just good friends. At least that's how it started.
Me?
Right.
Or is Chris Jericho wearing Barbie girl shoes?
What? Is he?
Chris just jealous because he can't rock those.
Oh.
I saw them. He's wearing
Only
pink
Jericho
sweater.
can rock those shoes, man.
Yeah, he can get away with that.
Yeah. He's still a manly man for wearing pink dazzled shoes.
Ain't nothing wrong with Barbie shoes either.
Is someone gonna
Rock
someone's gonna talk about Jericho? What happened last year in July? I don't know if that's true or not, but has Sammy and Jericho ever went against each other? Another team out.
Jericho and maybe Daddy Magic versus Sting, Darby, and Sammy.
Oh, that sounds good.
I don't.
Jericho's in total rock star mode right now.
Because maybe if you did, you wouldn't have lost to Adam Cole.
Oh,
Bang bang.
Is it my TV screen or did Sammy get like a spray tan or something?
It looks like it. It does.
He's got a baby face tan.
This is different.
I'm going to tell you it's to me right now.
Uh-oh. He's officially out of the JS, isn't he?
You're out of the club.
I think he's gonna boot him out.
Welcome in the Jericho Appreciation Society. It's not a
Or is it a trap for Darby?
Required.
That's what I'm thinking. Like it's just gonna be a trap.
Because how many times have they done this shit?
Because Sammy and Darby's done that before. I mean, Jericho and Sammy has done that before, where they think that they've played those kind of games.
Right. It could be a swerve. You never know. Boy, the cry wolf.
Darby, like just Darby in the background.
You call yourself a wizard, right? I'll tell you right now, when you step foot in this ring,
I'm a wizard.
magic is gone.
Oh, I love Darby. That was dope.
What did he say right there?
The whole like when you you call yourself a wizard, but one step in the ring, the magic is gone.
Bang bang. Lasers pointed out.
I know it's a simple dig, but that is great.
Yeah. Guns blazing.
Sammy's questioning it. Here comes Steve.
Oh, he's not real. We're getting Uh-oh. Jericho talked about this on Twitter.
That's interesting. You brought up a good point.
No Surfer Sting.
Oh, I want Surfer.
It's Sting though.
No sir.
Bat versus bat.
There you go.
Too bad Jericho doesn't know how to use his back.
That's a great gimmick match right there.
And Jericho said on Twitter that he wasn't interested in teaming or going against Sting.
So he did that on purpose. What a carny,
You
man.
understand. You don't want to understand.
Really, Coda?
It's just going to be a
run across the lap.
I haven't seen these guys in the ring since what, WCW?
Yep.
Two bats.
Let's make Star Wars up in here.
Anakin and Obi-Wan.
The force is strong right now.
The Sting's got the high ground.
With bats.
I got the high ground, Jericho. I got the high ground.
I got the high ground.
You are my WCW brother.
Ooh.
I mentored you. I loved you.
My best friend.
This doesn't look right.
He's like, I'm gonna get out of the ring now.
Are they gonna?
Oh,
That
was good.
Oh,
Sting's not playing, is he?
no sir.
Sting's serious.
I like this.
Yeah. I'm digging it, man.
What's up, Danhausen?
So I'm
I
guessing.
just see Chris.
Up next,
I'm
Sting's in
guessing-
action.
I
I'm
cussed
doing
it.
like a Sting Joker, you know.
Oh, you're doing the Joker Sting. Sorry, gotcha.
I'm guessing that's the official
That was pretty good.
Sammy leaving the JAS. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It wouldn't be bad for him at all.
It sounded like next week there's going to be Darby and Jericho in a singles match. Yeah, that's what Chris was saying. Jericho.
Yeah. I agree,
Darla,
Darla.
for
I've
one
never
thing.
seen
They're fancy boots, Darla. They're fancy.
Fancy.
They're rocker boots. They're not heels. They're rocker boots.
You got the fancy
Well, kinda
boots,
look
fancy
like
pants.
Heels
Heck,
on a heel.
If
Fancy
Maynard
Jack.
from Tool can dress in drag and rock heels, so can Chris Jericho and Fozzy. Just saying.
Were they really Barbies?
Every boy made millions doing it.
Were they really Barbies? Like,
It was like how Jericho wears like the dazzled stuff. I don't know if they were actual officially girl shoes, but I loved it. I don't think I could rock it, but
I mean,
Jericho can get away with it though.
yeah,
John
Jericho
Cena.
can rock it.
John Cena could do the Jort. Was it Jort?
That's true. John Cena could wear
Not
the
many people
jorts for
pull
what
that off.
Yeah, that's true.
20 years of his career or
The
more.
Reebok pumps.
The pumps, yes, I read about the pumps. Do the same 5 moves, and shit, Chris Jericho can do the same thing with pink shoes.
Exactly.
This next match is kind of a flashback. It's Sting, Darby, Keith Lee, and Orange Cassidy versus Brian Cage, Ace Wagner, and Swerve. Brian Cage and Sting was in Revolution 2021. A cinematic match. Sting and Darby versus Brian Cage and Strikes and Arms.
It's gonna hurt. This is gonna be a crazy match. Like,
Yeah. I remember Brian Cage's. Sting's first bump in AEW was by Brian Cage, Powerbomb.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
And then I remember people were freaking out about it. Then a few months later, Sting gets on top of the roof and goes and dives in something.
He's flying off the damn set and stuff. I mean, geez. He's awesome.
I'm super excited for this though.
Anyone just not tuning in, we will have former WWE star, new career in AEW, quiet phone member. What's that?
Oh, you'll see. Wow.
Open challenge?
Nice.
Challenge.
So it's not going to be MJF. It's going to be champion versus champion then.
Wow.
Interesting.
So have you seen this guy wrestle? I've never seen him wrestle.
I don't know who he looks.
Anybody's-
Looks really good.
If anybody's got a recommendation for their new champion, put a link in my Twitter, and I'll watch it.
Basically, any match between him and Okada are great matches.
Yeah. Also, I want to get Keith Lee's jacket or cape.
Oh, that is pretty dope, Kate.
I think I need a cape. I think I need a cape for the podcast. Ooh, look at the Orange Cassidy angle. That's cool.
But yeah, anyone join now, we will have former WWE star. He's appeared in AEW, either Wyatt, family member, former, if that's still a thing. Eric Rowan, Eric Redbeard will be on here after Dynamite. If you guys think that we did not have the Outrunners, it was a cancellation. I'm not going to go into details of what actually, whatever went down, but luckily I was able to get a replacement. And hopefully we can get the Outrunners on a later date in the future. But I'm glad that Eric Rowan was able to do this.
Also, I think Jane by Cobra Starship is one of the best songs in AEW.
Ooh, Brian Cage got face paint.
Oh, he's making fun of Sting, isn't he?
He's trying to play Surfer Sting, isn't he?
Oh man,
Dude, could you imagine if we got Brian Cage versus Keith Lee?
Did you guys see the word "no" on the screen?
Yeah.
What?
No.
You mean
Yes.
no?
no,
No.
What? No.
no.
What does that mean?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it must
I
be,
don't
it must
know.
be a camera botch.
I don't know.
Are you sure? Well, then again, who knows wrestling anymore?
Was that supposed to be a hidden message that we?
Subliminal.
Now, Brian
What
Cage
if,
is actually.
what if Punk's hacking?
Now, Brian Cage.
I saw it on there. It said no.
Did Chris Kanyon have like that type of gear? Because I know Brian Cage is a lot of Chris Kanyon.
I think so. That might have been a gimmick Chris Kanyon did for a while.
Because Brian Cage doesn't wear. He doesn't wear.
It's so weird to see Brian Cage wear trunks.
Yeah, like he normally wears like tights, but that,
Yeah.
That,
Oh,
ooh, but like that's
Great
amazing
flip.
thing. As he may be doing something with Chris Kanyon, but I wasn't gonna say Chris Benoit because he had on the side of his tights he had the like the Wolverine claw.
but he's called the Swolverine, bro.
Yeah, true that.
His new Swolverine shirt looks pretty cool. Have you seen his new
Kinda
shirt?
looks like
This release?
someone very familiar.
I got another no on my screen.
No.
I got another.
Something's-
I did see a no pop up.
I got
Okay,
another
so
one.
it's. I don't think it's a botch.
Who
I
would
don't
say
know what
no?
it is. Maybe it's some kind
Brian
of thing to
Danielson.
do with the character. or
He's
something.
bringing back the no.
The no character, right? Heard it here first, folks.
Maybe they're taking,
No, it's
taking a
the
page out of
no
WWE's
movement's come
book.
back.
I thought that was EC3. Yeah, the New Japan. Yeah, I thought it was EC3 First World War II. I wonder if he's gonna accept his open challenge,
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
or if it'll be.
John Moxley.
Maxley, maybe.
No.
EC3 should be the one that take the challenge.
I don't know.
Bipolar 1.
EC3.
To push back.
That's right.
We
Or
Well, who can-
to push back.
how about Hillbilly Jim?
One's gonna be prescription.
Hit Billy.
I mean,
Oh
it's
my
different.
Wow, now you're talking.
I
That
mean,
was great.
it's something different and unheard of. Be way out there.
Yeah, Billy Jim.
I don't know if Outback Jack's. Well, he is still alive, but he lives in Honeydew, Australia.
Outback Jack.
No, he's for real. That's what I really do want to get out.
Oh man, I'm just,
What if Xavier Woods came to AEW?
so
I could see that.
But not Xavier Woods, but Consequences Creed.
Yeah, Consequences Creed. That's all. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Come back as him.
I actually like that. I didn't know that was the same person for a long time.
I kind of figured it out when he debuted in WWE, and I looked at him. I go, "That looks like Consequences Creed from TNA," and it was, but he changed his name to Xavier Woods.
Oh, I know who can go against the guy from New Japan. Well, he's currently not. He's actually a former WWE Tag Champion.
okay.
He won it at WrestleMania.
Are you talking about Braun Strowman's partner, the kid?
Oh, Nicholas.
Yeah,
Nicholas.
Yeah.
he still hasn't come back. I mean, he still hasn't came back to reclaim his championship.
He is old.
Look, I don't understand the thought process of that. Like, there's a time and place for things, but I don't know where that thought process.
Well, he was the son of the referee of that match, I believe, and it was his birthday. And that was his birthday present.
Heck yeah, I wish I could have. Wish it was my birthday.
What if it's Juice Robinson that challenges, or Jay White?
That would be.
Or do you think they have a different role for? Or either that maybe?
If they put Goldberg in that, and they squash that guy.
No, please.
Oh, no.
Goldberg's one-off match
Boo.
with one-off match at Wembley Stadium, and then he just becomes a backstage help.
I don't know. I'm over Goldberg now. I get it. I mean, I'm
Ryback.
over him,
He's had his
like,
career time in
you
the
know,
sun. Like,
Ryback.
Feed
No.
him more.
we don't need Ryback anymore. We don't need Ryback either. Like, did you see the shit that he posted on Twitter?
Yeah.
Like he got
Yeah.
ballsy. I'm like, well, if you're looking at going to AEW, like, that's just for shits and giggles, right? I would not phrase the way that he did unless he really is going. If he isn't going, then you're just shooting yourself in the foot with 10 different guns.
That's a good point.
Just saying. So it's a lot. It's overkill in the gun portion, but just looking at it, like, dude, like, you are such, like, I used to love Ryback. He was one of my favorite big guys, when he was wrestling in WWE. But he just became a giant tool bag. Like, if you thought CM Punk was bitter about WWE, or Bret Hart was bitter about, Shawn Michaels and the screw job and Goldberg, dude, Ryback is the most bitter. I think he's probably one of the most bitter wrestlers out there.
Oh, Brian Cage is something else tonight. This isn't the normal Brian Cage we're getting.
My favorite thing Ryback ever did was he stuffed his face with a bag of chips. Greatest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, that's like the best meme ever. Like, at least he's famous because of that,
I think if Goldberg comes to AEW, he's gonna go. He's gonna do something. He's gonna go against Wardlow. Or
God, no.
You're gonna jinx it,
If
man.
he wins,
Don't do that.
No, Connor, no.
No, but like what they would do is
Don't you speak of that.
Sting and Goldberg team. Like you could do a 6-man tag with Goldberg, Sting, and Darby. And then you could do something with him and Jericho, and then his
No.
But then his final.
You don't need to lose more viewers, Connor.
But then his final match would be Goldberg and Wardlow.
No.
And Wardlow would beat Goldberg.
You're saying that he would retire Goldberg?
He's gonna retire Goldberg then.
Oh, come on.
Wardlow would retire Goldberg. Like, that's something I could see them doing. Like something with Wardlow and something with Sting. Considering this is Sting's last year wrestling.
I can see Sting, but I mean, I think if people have had enough of Goldberg. I think most people.
Tony Khan's. I think. Oh, Got him. F5.
I think that's like I said. Goldberg. Crazy. Crazy fan reaction. But after that Saudi match, I
Yeah.
don't think fans want to see
Yeah.
Goldberg
Personally-
anymore.
Personally, I don't
Yeah,
want to
like,
see him, but
yeah.
if you had to, I would do something with Tim and Sting. Oh,
I would just do
speaking of-
one-off, maybe one-off appearance, and they do it. John Morrison, John Mundo, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Elite.
So he can hit Sting in the face and then in this
Oh,
Gosh, man, Mr. Jacobs,
God,
just dropping that disc tonight.
this might be something else. Keith Lee. There goes Khan. And
Yeet. Well, at least he shaved his beard. He's looking a little bit younger.
Oh, jeez.
Brian K. Oh, that could have went sideways. And that could have been.
Coffin drop. So I love just I saw this funny rant the other day on Facebook, right? And I should need to stay off social media when it comes to being wrestling fans, but I'm sitting there and I love how people are like, look at Walter compared to Keith Lee. Walter changed his name to Gunter and has now held the European Championship for over a year. Or, sorry, Intercontinental Championship for over a year, right? While Keith Lee was like, I don't want my name changed, comes out in a cape with looking old as and
That was a good match.
he's just looking old as and he's only won the tag titles, but that didn't last long, did it? And now he's buried, not gonna have the blow off match with Swerve yet. So I'm like, okay, but they're two different paths and different careers.
Right.
What's like Keith Lee has still been, at least he's more consistent and being booked on AEW compared to WWE. He's not wearing a skirt and being called Bearcat.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Like,
Good
seriously,
point.
it was that bad. And I get Gunter was named after a Nazi, but
You had to know that WWE knew exactly what they were doing with that.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing.
That was a really fun match right there. That was really, really fun.
so
Oh man.
so is the Golden Bullet Club like going to be the Guns and then Jay White?
Yeah, I think the Guns might be
Juice.
joining. I
That'd be an interesting faction. I'm okay with like that, but
hope they get El Phantasmo. He'd be really good.
Just where would they go with it? That's what I'm
to be honest with you, this might be what Bullet Club needs. Or they're going to do a Bullet Club, right? And then at Forbidden Door, they're going to get jumped by the real one. I don't know. That's my issue with last year. Is like then again, I guess a lot of people in the States, they still know what Bullet Club is. No matter where they're at in New Japan right now, they're or Impact Wrestling. They know the skull. They know the look. And that was my biggest gripe last year. Was Bullet Club really didn't do anything last year, but have one-off appearance with the Bucks and then Jay White and the triple threat match. So
yeah.
I think it's time we get I think it's time we get an actual Bullet Club invasion. I think that'll help
It's
the
not a
Bullet
bad
Club
idea.
become more serious.
No, that's a huge match. The Hardys versus the Guns.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay,
it's-
I'm not mad at that. I like that.
we haven't seen the Hardys in tag team action since Jeff Hardy's been back.
True.
Well,
Have they
they've been
ever faced each other?
6-man tags and
With
8-man tags, but this is the first tag team match. That's gonna be something. I'm actually excited for that match. I know some people are kind of iffy on Jeff Hardy, but I've been a Jeff Hardy fan since years.
I'm always gonna
He
be
just hit Wardlow with the hat. How is that? How did that phase Wardlow? Sorry, like I love the hat, but I'm a huge wrestling fan. There's times like where okay, if it's goofy, it makes sense, but unless Jake Hager's fist is that like punchy. But
Hey, but he loves that hat.
He
Dude,
loves
you know
it. Yeah.
I gotta get. I have my hat. I need to grab my hat. I'm gonna start wearing it on Talking Elite. I'm just gonna start wearing my Jake Hager hat.
You ever seen that promo when he said, "I love this hat," and Jericho was trying to hold his laughter back.
You know what's funny? So when we went to Winter is Coming, and I wish I would have took video of this. but we were sitting ringside, right? And every single one of the crew kept coming over saying, I like the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I was that, and then and then I had the scissoring foam fingers. So like I was just constantly scissoring people all night.
That's hilarious. That's cool.
And you too. It's nothing derogative. It's just a hand signal between two wrestlers.
Just for wrestling
No,
fans.
don't take away our ad revenue. Don't do it, YouTube.
It's a wrestling terminology.
It's wrestling.
Yes. It's just wrestling.
It's just wrestling, and but man, I'm super stoked for the interview tonight, though. So for those of you guys that are just joining us, we are going to be interviewing the great Redbeard himself, Eric Rowan. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, speaking of that, thumbnail is made. I just posted it on Twitter.
Dang, Michael, you are fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it at the last second.
Awesome.
Yeah, I did not. This is not how I planned on things going, but sometimes things happen. I do like the Outrunners, but Eric Rowan is a little bit bigger name, so
I feel like I'm excited.
Not to read just all my questions, because some of the questions aren't going to fit him. Because I was going to ask because the Outrunners are in OVW. I was going to ask their OVW experience.
Yeah. I feel like we just let's just have a conversation with him. Let's just like because we know what he likes. We know he was in one of the best wrestling factions of our generation and the current generation, really. And he we know that he loves Viking lore, metal music. So
why has he not been in a Thor movie?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Or at least on the show Vikings.
Right?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, speaking of Eric Rowan, though, I mean, I do want to be on the meet. I do want to virtually meet Eric Rowan, but technically I can't because tomorrow I got to go to social rehab, and I do not want to be tired on the way down there.
Oh, you're good, man.
You're fine.
We understand.
But But the only question that any one of you have in mind, I do want one of you to ask him: was that spider that his last WWE run, was it real, or was it or was it just a robotic thing?
If you want, you can stay on and just if you want to ask him just that one question.
Yeah.
I just went on my Facebook and I remembered that I saw Eric Rowan live against Big Show at a house show.
That's dope.
Who is that with that Elvis voice?
Well,
Big Show's hilarious at house shows. But I remember he used to do some funny stuff in house shows.
Yeah,
I met Eric Rowan one time. Was at Dallas, Texas. It was WrestleMania 32 weekend.
Was that when he was still?
So what you mean is, Connor, you want me to stay on here to ask him that question, then sign off, correct?
Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah.
I think at that time he was a Brody.
Yeah, at that time, that was the Mania when Cena and The Rock beat up the Wyatt family, I guess. Yeah, the Wyatt family.
Oh yeah.
He still was with the so he was with the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
And when I was in line to meet Eric Rowan, this was at WrestleMania Access, so you didn't know whose line you was getting in, because each line is random. So and then Eric Rowan comes out, then this woman says, she says "Oh God, I gotta get out of this line. He terrifies me. I have nightmares of him." And she starts speaking, literally.
What?
Yeah.
That
then Eric Rowan tried to be a normal person, but actually sort of that's his character on TV, but kayfabe is still alive with some people.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Oh, is Arn Anderson gonna pull out the?
Appreciate every one of y'all for doing what you did.
He's gonna pull out the Glock.
Be safe.
Oh, Brock Anderson. He's getting payback.
Oh, Brock's back. It's good to see him on TV.
Oh,
Oh, he's got the Glock. I can't. Oh, okay. Brock looks so much better.
Oh,
He actually looks like a man instead of a boy.
We've seen. I think we've seen Wardlow and Hager against each other twice, I
I'll be
believe,
right back,
I
guys.
Didn't they
think
do
so.
Did they
At
do
least
the,
once, I know.
in the Pinnacle. And
was it the fight pit match or what it was called?
yeah, and then they had the like the normal, like a one-on-one match, and they had the.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a UFC, a Belter MMA kind of like.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot all about
This is
that.
their third bout, and Wardlow's won both times.
So that's one thing that I feel like AEW and WWE has not gotten right is an MMA type match.
Oh,
Yeah.
WWE, they done a.
Like a Lion's Den kind of thing.
Have you heard about the Brawl for All thing that they did?
Of course, we're gonna do. Okay, dude, in a couple weeks, I'm gonna drop this now. So once we get past for our Forbidden Door prediction show next week, the following week is going to be the death of kayfabe and what killed it, and Brawl for All, and Mr. Mr. Russo is going to be a big vocal point of that show as well.
Was that a jackknife powerbomb?
Shit.
Yeah, he's ready to keep hitting more.
You know, it was a powerbomb.
Poor Jake Hager. It's because he won the world championship in WWE once, correct?
Yeah.
And
Yes,
ever
yes.
since
Still has
then,
his hat.
at least he has his hat.
He has his hat.
At least he has his hat.
Oh yeah,
And I like that hat.
Bigger dude, yep.
Dude, it's still the most over thing in wrestling today. It's like the hat and scissoring are the most over things in AEW. Oh, and Arn has a Glock.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see Wardlow and because this match was competitive and not just like a
It was solid for sure. Like
Christian Cage.
I like the Wolf Howl at the start. Has he done that before?
A few times.
I like that Wolf Howl.
Yeah.
That was dope. Christian, we can't hear you.
Dynamite. You brought an open challenge to Luchasaurus. I'm here to tell you, we accept your challenge. This Saturday, the debut collision in Chicago, Illinois.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh,
When your new daddy isn't there to
that looks
save
gnarly.
Okay. Interesting. I'm down for that, actually.
Oh, front door.
They messed up Arn Anderson.
That is nasty.
Whoa. Don't pull out my gun.
Oh my God, he's an old man. Payback.
Yeah, so we got another match confirmed for Collision this Saturday. Wardlow versus Christian Cage. What's that?
Whoa.
Tanahashi. Oh.
Ooh.
I don't know if MJF.
Oh.
Got MJF.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, dude, I am salivating on that match.
Oh, this is getting real. It's starting to get real good. Okay, I'm in.
MJF is the best.
No, we're not getting the match. MJF said no.
Well,
Face
he said
MJF.
no.
Of course.
Face MJF.
Jacked off.
Which he really believes that about New Japan. Like he said that in like his pipe bomb, his post media scrums. He truly believes that New Japan Pro Wrestling sucks. He truly believes that.
Like this is it's gonna be one of the best matches, but MJF is just one of the best heels in the business.
He said he's not wrestling.
Oh boy.
He's gonna wrestle whether he likes it or not. He's gonna come out next week. He's gonna be like, oh man, I can't wait to take the week. I can't wait to take the whole weekend off. Tony Khan's gonna be like, yeah, but you also are contractually obligated to show up to Forbidden Door. You should have looked at your contract. You have to face whoever we say from New Japan.
He's gonna be
Read the
pissed.
fine print.
Oh boy. I hope Tony Khan punishes his behind up.
Now
He'll me threaten. I'm like, hey, if you don't, we're gonna take away the championship.
now who is so far we got announced as Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega and who else?
Daniel Bryan and the Rainmaker.
Yeah.
The Rainmaker.
So now we got well, we don't know. Well, we'll see. I guess MJF and Roshi Tanahashi.
Dude,
And then we got the I don't know his name, but the open challenge that we saw earlier.
so we got 3 matches announced.
Technically
Hey,
4.
The IWGP champion is Sonata.
Oh, Sonata.
Yeah, technically 4. What were you saying, Chris?
Connor.
Yeah.
When is the house rules law from Tupelo going to be ready? I mean, it's been like 2 weeks.
That'll be tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah, Chris.
I also think we'll eventually get, if the contract and the money is good, you'll get Kenta versus CM Punk at Door.
Yeah. Like it's funny that I went back on Kenta's tweets and he said, "Give me CM Punk." All this. So. They're looking really stacked.
What if it's okay? So Noah's been. I'm curious to see what that Noah is because David LaGreca from Busted Open just question marked it. It's got to be something more than just a botch. And it's funny because like nobody's even calling it a botch on Twitter. People are just questioning what it is.
Right.
With the no.
I think it has something to do with the character, with one of the characters. I'm not sure who, but
Yeah.
Like I said, I think they're taking a page out of WWE's book.
Oh, remember like the Phil, like Mufasa, stuff. That storyline with him being a hacker.
Like when, yeah, like the hacker kind of stuff, or with the Bright Wyatt towards the last run. Just kind of throwing like little stuff out there on the screen.
International champion Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy, a lot of the times we know what your matches are going to be within a champion. We don't have that right now. What does the future hold for Orange Cassidy?
Takeshita.
You know how this works. Like, probably like right about now, so we can walk in.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Hello, Orange Bullets.
Next.
Well, you mentioned my name at Media Scrum a couple of weeks ago, didn't you? Well, I might be the first ever New Japan World Television Champion. But next Sunday.
That's a different kind of belt. I don't think I've ever seen the television belt.
Oh,
What the hell is he carrying?
I kind of want to get that belt.
So speaking of that,
He just went like, whatever.
yeah, Shibata's not here tonight, but he will be next week. So how about you two guys fight me?
Ooh. That's the tag match. Nice.
All right. Okay.
So are we looking at a triple threat match at Forbidden Door?
I hope so. That'd be cool.
It looks like it. I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
With who? Shibata. Who is this? Shibata, Zack Sabre Jr., and who else?
I miss Sky Blue.
I can't remember. Oh,
Who was
Sky
the triple?
Blue.
Who was the triple threat with?
Aw.
Triple threat. I think it's. I can't remember the last.
She's gonna get a giant L right across her chest, isn't she?
Yeah.
Or her mom's gonna get spray paint.
Dan Garcia, maybe.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the Outcast theme song.
Oh yes, Soraya's not there, huh?
Uh-oh. That ain't good. Soraya's not there. What's gonna happen? Oh, she's there in spirit.
Oh, she's there. That's gonna be the reason that Sky Blue loses.
Oh, good thinking. I
Uh-oh.
wasn't thinking about
Connor
that.
knows something that we don't.
I wasn't thinking about that,
don't-
Connor.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
She's gonna attack her mother, isn't
But
she?
that's good thinking, though. I mean, she could just come out of nowhere.
No, this is gonna be a good match.
God, Tony Storm as a heel is great.
I'm glad Sky Blue got the win on Rampage, but
Yeah, me too.
sorry, Sky, but tonight's not gonna be your night.
No. But it was a great win.
Yeah.
I just don't like her hairdo. I think that's the thing I would change about Tony Storm. I would get rid of her hairdo. I don't like it.
Longer hair works for you.
Longer hair works better, I think for her personally.
It's almost like a Princess Leia hairstyle, but blonde.
I was gonna say more of like Cruella
yeah.
DeVille.
Cruella DeVille.
Sorry, but she pulls it off. But I just
She does.
I give it to her.
Can't
She'll
deny
pull
that.
it off. That's fine.
Hopefully tonight we get some more collision matches, because I'm really looking forward to like Miro, Andrade, Scorpio Sky, like a lot of these people that hasn't been, on TV, and
Yes,
What a month.
I'm hyped for the return of Miro. I'm hyped for that.
because like they've been promoting
that's gotta hurt.
Miro, Andrade, Scorpio Sky.
So my question. Sorry.
So I was gonna say hopefully we get a match announcement with them, with some of them.
I bet we're gonna get a lead up to probably a blood and guts on Collision. I really think it's gonna be Team Dynamite versus Team Collision. I feel like that's how you bring back Miro and Andrade with a
Survivor Series
vengeance.
kind of thing.
This
We
Saturday,
have them go up against the best baby faces on the roster. Have
this
them go
Saturday,
over.
a war games match, or a blood and
Not
guts?
this Saturday, but like have them
Yeah.
build up to it though. Like I would start an invasion angle this Saturday. So that's kind of what I'm thinking.
And turn into kind of like a Survivor Series
Oh!
kind of
Right in
scenario.
front of her.
Or an elimination tag.
I would say that, but I thought they need to build up Collision a little bit to say that they're a brand. But hopefully Miro.
Oh, told you she was gonna get spray painted.
Because it would really be kind of silly to promote like all these people
Oh,
and not even be on the
Sky
show.
Blue's hooking up.
Oh, she's throwing Sky Blue round,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow! It's almost 8:30.
and they still got.
We still got a half hour left. Holy cow! This has been.
I guess the leads to main event.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's a good way to close it off. I feel like that's a good way to finish it.
Which they did in the first Dynamite. So
Yeah. Something's gonna happen tonight, though. I think something with Takeshita, or I don't know.
I mean, someone's showing up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don Callis.
Don Callis.
He tries to
I
be.
wouldn't put that past him.
I feel like he tries to be an important manager, but he just. I don't know.
He's no Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I feel like that's what he's trying to be, but he's never going to be Paul Heyman. He's never going to be Bobby Heenan.
I want to compare him to him. I feel like he can be though. I think after a few years, I think we'll be talking about him the same way we talk about him as. I think maybe we gotta see how he does the next 10, 15 years.
If he's alive,
See how his legacy is, because he didn't really I loved his work. His work with Kenny Omega, like when he was Kenny Omega's heater, that was like one of the best acts during the pandemic era, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a great job doing that, no doubt.
Hey, don't forget, he's also Cyrus, the network exec from ECW.
Yes.
Yeah,
He
true.
also led the oddities in WWE.
Yeah.
And he had another faction he was in charge.
Didn't he create the Ultimate X match?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. He tries to come across as Paul Heyman. And there's never going to be another Paul Heyman.
Let's have him be Don Callis. Let's just have him be himself.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Yeah, like
Because if you look at it,
he's a great manager.
Yeah, like I want him to be.
You're talking about
separate and
the
distinct.
Jackal.
Because if you look at, there's some managers that just kind of fizzle out over time. Look at Rockstar Spud, for example.
Rockstar Spud. That's a really good example.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
What's interesting is he was like I said, it's just seeing him pee his pants in front of everybody.
I would not have done that.
Like, dude, you just ruined his credibility.
Like even
who's Colonel Sanders? Who's the Colonel Sanders guy in WCW?
There was.
I'm trying to remember his name.
Yeah, because he was like that match with the I can't remember who, because he was making out with the chick from Harlem Heat.
Sherry, yeah, I know exactly who you're talking
about.
Connor
Parker.
Parker.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that match one time, and then he.
I was about to say because just a weird random memory I remembered from our podcast from a while back.
Then he crossed to Harlem Heat the match, and then
yeah.
But then they never continued the feud. But then they never continued the feud at all.
Nope.
Like they didn't build on anything. But it was really funny how
they made more about the Colonel and Sherry than anything else.
Hurricanrana. Another Hurricanrana.
Thank you. Mama, look at me.
Oh, man. You know who I miss?
MJF is worse. Yes, we'll see.
I think he will be Ethan.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard not to have your world champion represented at,
that's what's great about him.
Yeah, World War III match. Like, I actually had that idea. I said it one time, but for Forbidden Door 3, having a World War III match.
That'd be cool.
But this time include, have a big battle royal with everyone in it at the same time. Then whoever wins gets a championship match of their choosing.
Yeah.
Bring in AAA?
Oh, what?
That'd be interesting. You change it up a little bit.
What?
Come on.
About it.
What happened? I missed it.
Tony.
Oh, my God.
Oh, she's...
Oh!
No.
Oh! No way.
Let's go, Tony.
No way.
Power driver?
No freaking way.
What?
Oh, distracted.
Oh, damn. Oh, that was going to be it.
I knew that was going to happen. Oh, super kick. Dude, you see how far blue?
Wow.
That's over. Hey, it was a great women's match, though.
Not
did you
bad.
see the crowd? Oh, she kicked out too? But did you see the crowd, though? Like, the crowd thought she had lost it. I have not seen them in this long get so fired up over a women's match.
Man, edge of their seats, standing up.
That was a very good women's match.
That was really good.
I thought the power driver should have finished it.
Yeah.
That would have been way
Who's
better.
this? Willow.
That was a nice super kick. I gotta say, that super kick was pretty dope.
That was a pretty good match.
Yeah, it was really good.
I enjoyed it.
Sky Blue did really awesome.
She's come a long way from being a jobber on Dark.
Yeah.
To going for a championship with him.
Oh yeah, big time. She's looking so good. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, she's had a lot of time in ROH too. I think that's where she really improved on too.
Jungle Hook.
Dude, I love Jungle Hook. I love that name. I don't know why people are hating it. I love Jungle Hook.
I dig it. And I gotta say, I love that Tony's bringing back the Texas Cloverleaf. I love that move.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm starting to feel a little naked standing here next to Hook, but a championship of my own. Now, I said I was going to win a title this year, and I meant it. So that is why right now I am officially accepting Sonata's open challenge.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. All right.
I've been meaning to talk about this so quick. I mean, after I win this thing, it's going back to normal jungle, but obviously you're my tag team partner. But more than that, you're my best friend.
Aww.
Aww. I love this friendship.
This is best friend.
I love this friendship.
He's my best friend.
Oh, really good. It's main event time now.
Yeah.
Oh, but something's gonna happen with Hook though.
They got to announce something for Collision for like next week's Dynamite.
Yeah.
And they might show it under the bottom. You know, like
Yeah. Dude, this crowd is hot.
So
You're
Jack
not
Perry
lying.
versus Sonata. That's gonna be a good match.
I'm down for that, man.
Well, I think Jack Perry can lose that match and be fine.
Yeah, no, he'll be fine.
He still looks strong.
Yeah.
I know last year a lot of AEW guys won, so maybe they're trying to make it a more of a New Japan side winning this year.
I think that's why MJF didn't like face off against the champion.
But what I was saying about the World War III is have like a big battle royal between, you know, AEW and New Japan. And whoever wins gets to pick the championship of their choosing, like world title they want to contend for, whatever promotion that's involved. But I had the idea of like not only AEW New Japan, but putting some Impact guys in there, AAA, guys from all around the world. And I would do it first ever and have 100 people in those 3 rings.
That'd be nuts. Could you imagine booking that? Like,
I mean,
I don't know if you can follow the action. Like, that'd be cool
I mean,
though.
WCW did it. They it was crazy how they did it. The World War III. MJF's about to be pissed.
Oh shit! Ryback
Oh,
is
it's
supposed to
official.
play.
Well, did you see what was just announced? MJF's about to be
Pissed off.
Oh,
He gonna be pissed.
He said it wasn't
he's
going to
gonna
happen.
be mad.
No.
I'm actually excited for this.
Me too. The card that's setting up is pretty damn good. I'm not mad at it at all.
This is gonna be a hype main event right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
With you to Chicago. One of the best professional wrestlers to ever step foot in a wrestling ring, CM Punk returns. The debut of Collision.
Do you have Punk win on Saturday in MNFTR? I don't know. I don't know if I want to win that. Like, would it be a better storyline for CM Punk to come in and win?
I mean, I think fans are expecting that. I think why not swerve it and just have him not win?
Yeah.
Have him
CM Punk's gonna
create that chase.
Miro's in action.
Oh hell yeah, Miro.
You got Wardlow versus Luchasaurus.
Redeemer.
Tony Storm.
I'm so glad to see him coming back. Oh my god, I'm so happy to see him coming back.
Oh, this is a stacked
Ooh.
card.
Now this is a good match. Buddy Matthews and
Oh yeah,
Woo!
I'm loving this card. This is a good card.
Yeah,
Buddy Matthews and Andrade.
I'm in.
Wow, we
I'm
get
that
Miro and Andrade back in one night.
We are
Right.
eating good this Saturday. Cancel your
I'm
dinner
100%
plans
in.
because we got dinner at home with Collision.
I'm so glad my anniversary was last week and not this week.
It was gonna be so hype. Oh my
Cancel
god.
your takeout plans because we got dinner on TV.
All right, while they're doing the entrance, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
All right. I was really hoping for Collision. It was going to have Orange Cassidy and Miro winning the international championship at on Collision.
That'd be so
I
good.
think he still will. I think they're waiting for another Collision to do it at.
But we got Wardlow and Luchasaurus. Was gonna start the Team T championship. I just hope for Collision. Tony Khan hasn't really confirmed a brand split or anything really. But I hope that if they don't feature the same people on both Dynamite and Collision weekly. So like, if the Blackpool Combat Club's on Dynamite one week, I don't want to see them on Collision the same week on Saturday. But like, you can do that sometimes, but just not every single week. Like you're seeing the same people on both shows.
That's understandable. That's totally understandable.
Like you can still have them on, every once in a while on both shows, but I just don't want to see the same old people. Basically.
It gets boring.
Very, very fast. Because we've seen the Blackpool Combat Club in action every week on Dynamite and Orange Cassidy as well. But so far, the Collision card looks a lot fresh.
I'm excited.
Fresh air.
Hell yeah.
Andrade and Buddy Matthews, and Miro's probably going to go against the Jobber, basically, I guess. But still, Miro's back.
And
Who else?
Andrade's back.
That's the words of some people.
Andrade. Yep,
It's great to be back.
Yeah, like Andrade and Miro. Andrade and Buddy Matthews could steal the show, possibly.
Oh, I agree 100%. That's going to be a dope match.
Didn't they have a few matches back in WWE?
They may have.
I believe so.
But the women's match is pretty good too. Tony and Ruby versus Willow and Sky Blue. I would say I don't want to see that match, but we're getting Ruby Soho and Willow, so it's something different rather than just Tony Storm and singles action again.
I wonder where Saraya was tonight.
I don't know. Maybe she had a prior commitment or something.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Maybe prior commitment. Maybe she went back home for something to the UK.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we got ourselves a return at McDonald's.
That was a very good women's match. I agree. I'm excited for Collision. This is I've been this excited about AEW in such a long time. CMFTR.
Ooh.
I see it coming eventually.
I'm going for the Elite to win this.
Same here.
Because the Blackpool Combat Club's dominated this whole entire feud. Seeing something different would be. And I keep on thinking Collision's only going to be an hour, but it's 2 hours. So.
Yeah.
That's going to leave a lot more time for more people to get used.
Yeah, I agree.
By brand split or not, like that's gonna get a lot of people more used, and we're seeing it already. Luchasaurus, Wardlow, who else might I forget? Miro, Andrade, Buddy Matthews, Ruby Soho. So,
I mean, I agree. It's going to be a great vehicle for more talent to get utilized.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for Collision with CM Punk being on it. Oh. And CM Punk and Samoa Joe, if you've seen the ROH stuff, that's a classic trilogy to watch.
Oh yeah, they have a great rivalry. It's pretty damn cool.
Then seeing guys who have never won against each other like CM Punk and Jay White's going to be something to see. So it's definitely going to be a very exciting event for Collision.
We're going to be spoiled. It's awesome.
You have to start off hot, though.
Ooh.
You have to start that show off hot.
No, that's going to leave some nerve damage. Later in life, that's going to cause some nerve damage. The power bomb onto the ring, the apron of the ring.
Yeah, it's
Let's worry about that when we're 60.
Yeah, he's only in his 20s probably right now.
Fuyuta?
Yeah.
You can
I
only
haven't seen
take
it
so
play
much.
yet.
You know, you can only do that move so many times before it really messes you up.
Oh, that was good. By Hangman.
Just make sure you just trust your partner and make sure you land, make sure you land flat.
Ooh.
Sweet move by Hangman. It feels like we haven't seen Hangman in years in AEW.
I know.
I do like when they come out to Carry On Wayward Son.
Like I said, AEW has the better theme music.
That is
Yeah.
a great song.
WWE used to have really good theme music, but now it's just watered down.
Well, I think it's just marketing wise. It's like it's just cheaper for them. Like think about.
Well, you also have to. I was gonna say you got to remember most of their music back in the '90s was produced by Jim Johnson. He did all their music for them pretty much.
Well, even CMFO, like they were pretty good too. I like what they were producing too.
They had some good themes.
I'd say like the SmackDown 2006 stuff was really good.
Yeah.
They used to do really good theme music, but now it's.
Well, I wonder who they're using now, because it's like they're not unique anymore to the superstar, like, because think about it, you hear like the interviews with Jim Johnson where he's like, where he would watch like the Ultimate Warrior run to the ring or Stone Cold, like he would see what they were, and he would like, he was a genius. And then CMFO, when they came in, they had, they wrote "No One Will Survive," Tommaso Ciampa's theme song, wrote AJ Styles, theme, Glorious by Bobby Roode. That like they had a lot of good bangers coming out. Even like Sasha Banks, like they had Sasha Banks is pretty decent too. Sami Zayn, they had a lot of momentum in their court. But then I wonder what happened with that relationship. Like, I don't know why they didn't keep CMFO, because they're bringing a modern take on wrestling themes, and a lot of them were great. I wonder if it was like a creative decision, because I want to hear a Happy Corbin song. Yeah, he's gonna come out. He's gonna be all depressed, but your song is gonna be about bubblegum.
Well, probably going in another direction.
That's good shit. What is this garbage? Oh, sir, we liked his. We were liking his Lone Wolf idea, and we kind of wanted to go off of that, but just kind of make it a little more depressing. That's bullshit. And he's
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're making my mustache fall off.
Darn, my hair is leaking.
I look like Gomez Adams.
Adam, don't you dare sneeze. Sneeze is weakness. If I sneeze, I'm weak. Don't you dare, you damn nose. Just for that,
you hold it.
Extra stinky steak. Just for you.
I look like a mob boss.
Oh, yes. Mustaches are tough, like grapefruit. My balls are like grapefruit. Oh, man. Like, I was thinking about, like, we need to do a Talking Elite episode on just Vince McMahon. Like, the whole episode needs to be us just going, that's good shit.
I'm a genius.
You know how much our throats are gonna hurt for doing that voice the entire freaking podcast.
Yeah, but it'll be worth it though. It's okay. We have Rampage the next
totally
night.
Worth it.
We could totally just come on and be like, hey guys, thanks for tuning in and Talking Elite with us. As you know, we did a whole Vince McMahon episode, and it's kind of hard not to do the whole Vince McMahon grapefruit voice. I have one that did me just for you guys on Rampage.
We better learn sign language way before we do that.
Right. We'll just hold up cue cards like Sammy Guevara does.
Yeah.
Or Wile E. Coyote just be like, rut-row. Good match.
Dry erase boards and just
There you go.
Yeah.
Connor's not gonna talk like Vince the whole night, but he'll be the only one talking in our live.
Like, you guys ruined the whole damn Rampage watch long. How dare you? Well, it was worth it because Vince McMahon is our idol, and that's good shit.
We're all quiet and we're all just holding up dry erase boards and kind of like, I hate all of you.
Pop gun thing.
Yes. You know what would be funny though?
It's all night.
You know what we need to do is we need to get on TikTok, right? And we just need to do a Vince McMahon impersonation a week. Each one of us, one of us will do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we'll just do our best Vince McMahon impersonation. Like, Vince McMahon watches Fast and the Furious. Vince McMahon goes to the grocery store and out of his favorite bag of chips.
What? You have no. What? You're at a Lay's? Oh, let me speak to your manager.
That's America. Lay's is a chip of Americans. It's the Hulk Hogan of chips.
Vince tries.
Making me no funds available.
Vince tries stand-up comedy. Damn it! You think this is funny, you people?
How about that airline food? Well, it's good for me because I'm a billionaire.
Oh boy!
I eat lobster caviar just for a snack.
Hold on, let me rewrite this joke like 20 minutes before we do this.
Give me another 10 seconds. I'll redo the joke. Just like the rematches. You gotta keep it consistent, pal.
We're gonna do it all over again.
Rematch. It's gotta be the same joke, but with different punchlines. Like, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the Royal Rumble.
That's good shit.
You're right. You're right. The show should be headlined by Pete Davidson every night for 3 years.
You know what? Interesting.
He needs to be the new world heavyweight champion, pal.
Pete Davidson's going to be our world heavyweight comedy champion for 3 years.
You know what? Interesting.
We're getting lost in our Vince McMahon impressions.
Look, I'm just not thinking that an interesting match would be Hangman and Claudio. It's never happened before.
That'd be different for sure.
Yeah.
We'll get back on track. Watch, Eric Rowan's going to come in here and be like, why the heck are you talking like it's Vince McMahon? Because that's good shit.
Don't worry about it, Eric.
People enjoy it.
Just like
don't ask him. Just like the spider. Now let's see if you can work with an iguana.
Ooh, that was good.
Next week, I want you to go one-on-one with the sex doll from Japan.
That's right.
That's good shit. And the Japanese can do it, so can we. Also, let's bring back Nicholas out of retirement to go up against that girl that beat Kenny Omega. Because if she beat one of the best, independent wrestlers on the world.
We're gonna get it done. I'm Vince Kennedy McMahon, damn it.
Okay,
you do know that she's in AEW now as Rehab, right? What? How dare she grow up?
All right,
we can stop with Vince now.
All right. Go put Vince away.
Yeah.
Put evil Vince away.
Put Vince back in the office.
Chris, what's up? David
Tiger guy out of the cage.
Sorry, it's just that my mother's been wanting to know. Oh, jeez. She already knows I'm on this podcast, but she keeps asking me to fix something for her. She doesn't know anything about technologies. I know. It's about wrestling. I know.
No, you're fine. Let's go Claudio.
No, you
I like Claudio. And now we got. Is it Wheeler Yuta?
I just love his kicks.
Wheeler Yuta?
Yeah.
Oh man, he lays them in too.
Wheeler Yuta has really come a long way.
Ron Danielson's going off. He's just going off on commentary. he's
enjoying Danielson on commentary.
It's like he's cutting a promo on commentary. Which is essentially what you're doing.
He's so good on commentary. I really do enjoy him.
You guys think Kenny Omega comes back tonight? Do you guys think Moxley has forgotten how to wrestle?
No, I think he knows how to wrestle. I think I wonder if he's working a different style just because last time I saw him, when I saw him at WrestleCon, he could barely walk. So I wonder if he's had to tone down his style a little bit, but then I see stuff like that, and I don't know.
Blackpool Combat Club's gonna win, aren't they? Oh, Nick
Probably.
Jackson.
Oh,
Ooh, that was good. Swan Tom. Didn't see
I wish
that
my
coming.
TV was not off. My TV's like so like off from the actual
Ooh,
thing.
that was. Did he get that? That was a good super kick. I don't know if he got. No, he didn't get it. I guess Claudio caught it for it. Oh, Wheeler, you don't miss it.
oh!
Right in the rib.
Got a super kick. We got a super kick party.
It's
Go
a
on.
super kick.
You get a super kick. You get a super kick. You get a super kick. You get a super kick.
Oh, no! That power bomb can leave some damage. His head hit. His head bounced off the.
Oh, that did not look. Ugh.
And the sound of it.
Like your brain just bouncing around in the skull. That's
That didn't look good.
Got it.
That was a good match.
Oh,
It's over?
Good. That was good.
Yep.
oh
What?
man.
My TV is so off. I hear the bell, but jeez.
The sync's off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time too.
Dang it! I love and I hate Hulu because I can stream any other show I want. But for some reason, when it comes to wrestling, for some reason it's like off. I'm like, really?
Has the match ended on your end now?
It just ended. Yeah, I just saw
it's
the
all
elite
over.
one.
We're just
And Brian
meleeing
Danielson
off.
looks pissed.
Like, this is the first time the Blackpool Combat Club has lost since
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
Because they've been on a winning streak. Eddie Kingston?
God, I hope so.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great.
Oops.
I hope so, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
King. Nice. He back.
Eddie Kingston's back, baby.
Yes.
Go back.
He's going to get.
Business is picking up.
Why is Moxley
yeah.
talking to Matt Jackson?
Him and Claudio has some history.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I want to see Claudio and Eddie Kingston.
Oh, he's biting him.
Yes, I will pay for that.
Death before dishonor. This is a perfect timing.
I love Eddie Kingston though.
ROH's next pay-per-view. Moxley and
Eddie
Kingston.
Kingston's the realist. He's the realist.
Well, I think he's like the scrappy underdog.
Eddie Kingston doesn't know what side to pick.
Oh, good Larry of the rope.
Oh. This is getting.
This is interesting.
Oh,
Kashta.
So he's friends with. Where's the line in the sand? Where does Eddie Kingston draw his line?
I don't know where this is going.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I think that's like the main
Yeah.
thing right now. It's like where
Not-
it's
I
like whose
saved
side
you
is he
from
on?
those sparklers, Moxley. I thought you were gonna die. Luckily for Kenny Omega, he can't design a death trap worth of shit.
Uh-oh.
I sacrificed my life, even though it's just sparklers. But I sacrificed my life.
Guess who's back?
Hey, Kenny.
Here we go. Here we
Later.
go.
Kenny
Here we
Omega.
go.
Kashta throwing punches.
I love Takeshita.
Ooh. One-Winged Angel.
This is a great way to end the night. Holy
Oh.
cow.
Yeah, it
Smackdown.
is.
Super
Of
Kick.
course, my TV's crapping out. Ah.
Now this feels like the ending to the first ever.
Whoa.
Like the ending to the first
Nasty.
ever Dynamite. It's got those vibes to the first Dynamite's ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like everyone coming out at once,
Yes.
like all these people.
Turn into a Donnybrook.
Just listen to the crowd chanting Eddie. Like you get, he is the most well-loved
Who is
man
that?
in wrestling. What's
He's so over.
what?
Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay?
Oh.
No way.
Here we go. Here we go.
Well, Ospreay's making his
That's interesting. All right.
put down a statement.
Oh my
For
gosh!
Forbidden Door.
I love it.
Oh, what a kick to the face!
That was the Jake Hager spot for the first ever Dynamite. That was the
Yeah.
Brian
Yeah.
Danielson's. Well, Brian Danielson's not doing anything. He's just sitting there letting his crew get beat up.
Hey, he's got a
He
big
needs to
match
do
ahead of
anything.
him.
He's just
He's
hanging.
gonna. He's like, I'm as hard as a Blackpool Combat Club, but hey, I need to stay back and rest up for this match.
William
I
Regal
can't
will
be
not
constantly
approve
getting
of
my ass kicked or getting hit.
that. What is
I gotta,
this?
I gotta protect myself before the match.
He didn't give a crap about his group. Well,
Nope.
technically they're all out of the ring now. So,
Yeah.
but at the time he didn't do a damn thing.
All that's left is a beaten up Kenny Omega and a New York Yankees hat. Nice. I wish my sound was not off all the way because I can hear what's going on, but I can't see it.
Now, why are you clapping?
This is
You
great.
didn't do a damn thing. You let your crew get beat up. Are you
Hey.
clapping? What? Oh, he's clapping that Kenny Omega got beat up. That's what he's
Yeah.
clapping for.
Yeah.
All right,
What a night, guys. This was a great Dynamite. I feel like we needed this.
I would not want Danielson on my team. Sat there while I'm getting beat up.
Right? That was awesome. I feel happy.
That was
good.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good Dynamite. I feel like that ending was kind of like the first ever Dynamite, like their ending,
Yeah.
like everyone coming out at once. Because the first ever Dynamite, we've seen Cody come out, we've seen Dustin Rhodes, Jake Hager, Jericho, Sammy, all these people come out. That's what that felt like a little bit.
This is going to be good.
Which I really like that. Like, because they are in the same place the first Dynamite was.
Yeah.
Washington, D.C. And it's San Marino.
I don't know how this is going to be. Like, this just got me more excited for Forbidden Door. I don't know about y'all, but this was a great night for AEW.
I'm hyped.
Like,
I really am.
I'm happy about this. This was a good show tonight. And we're capping it off with a great interview here shortly. So make sure you guys stick around for our very special guest, Eric Rowan. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited. Like, this show got me even more excited for the interview. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but I don't know about I don't know if I should be. I don't know if I should be on here interviewing. I mean, no offense, Connor, or everyone else. It's just that I'm already tired right now, though. So what I'm gonna do here is, if it's all right with you, Connor, as you said, I'm gonna ask Eric Rowan the question, and then I'm out for the night.
Yeah, that's fine, bro.
So let's get started, shall we? Or better yet, we're going into overtime.
Overtime on a Wednesday night.
OT.
AEW or AZ overtime. Which that was a really good Dynamite. If I had to give
I
it a
enjoyed
rating,
it. I really enjoyed it.
I'd give that an 8.5 out of 10. I don't know. I'd give it an 8.9. 8.5 is too low because that was a really good show.
Yeah. I'll probably give it I'd give it a 9. It was good. I will give it. I'll boost it up the 0.1 and give it a 9. It was a really good episode. Had a lot of action, a lot of build up to a lot of stuff like Collision, Forbidden Door. So it's and it's building up a lot of stories.
Yeah,
I'm the
I'm gonna
same.
agree with that.
I'm giving
A
it a
9.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. I'm giving it a solid 9 myself because I felt like it gave us everything that we wanted and everything that we were looking for in the show. I think they provided for us. I mean, they gave us nothing but action, and like they're exactly what Adam was saying. They're planting seeds, and that to me is that's I think is probably the most important thing is planting those seeds, and getting those people to tune in more and like
sure.
to me, I'm invested. I'm totally invested. So I'll give it a solid 9.
I give it. I'm with a 9 as well. Like this was almost a refresh in a way. I feel like we've been seeing AEW climb back to its glory days the last few
All
weeks.
right, I'm back.
So I feel like this is a good way to head into Collision, and then hopefully from there, I feel like we're gonna have 2 great shows a week. So I'm super stoked.
It's going to be a solid, good 4 hours of wrestling from now on every week.
Ooh.
Sorry, 5 with Rampage.
Ah, yes.
Or 8 hours, but with pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need lots of coffee for all the wrestling we have this week in the coming weeks.
Stock up.
Oh yeah. Trying to. How you doing, Eric? Can you hear us all right?
I can hear you guys. For some reason, the camera's not working.
No worries, man. Welcome to the All Elite Zone. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for. We had a cancellation today, so thank you for filling this in. It really means a lot to someone. We get. Yeah, for AEZ overtime. As Lane said, thank you for coming on.
I feel like I'm doing an old school call in.
Yeah, we can all go around and Chris, if you want to start us off.
Well, if it isn't Eric Redbeard, first off, my name is Chris Downs. I'm a fan of professional wrestling. And my question to you is, Mr. Eric Rowan or Redbeard, during the time in the WWE, what's the deal with that the spider thing? Is it real? Is it robotic or what?
It's a storyline that was never told, so everybody just thinks it was a spider. How's that? No, it was 100. It was 100 different things, and then I was showed this mechanical spider, and then Vince wanted it shown as a spider, but then the next week it was killed immediately, and that was the last you saw of it and me on that program.
Ooh. Wow. So it was a mechanic. I knew it.
Oh, it looked bad. It looked very bad.
I agree.
Oh man. Eric, do you have a great Vince McMahon impersonation? Since we're talking about his ideas here.
I mean, everybody's got their own opinions of the man. He's a larger than life character. But as far as impersonations, I mean, it's just he's loud. He's abrasive. He's scary. And I've seen him be that way with other people. Luckily, I've rarely ever had the wrath of Vince, but it's just loud and yes, perfect, great.
That's great.
That's good shit, Eric. That's good shit.
That's
so,
right.
Eric, big fan. Love all your work in the ring. So one of the questions we ask here is basically how you got started in professional wrestling. So what's the background in your story of how you got started in professional wrestling?
I mean, we all watch as kids or think we do. We're all probably just playing around. I remember my parents had it at our cousins and uncles, on closed circuit. But us kids didn't care. We just were running around playing. And fast forward about 99, 2000, right when I graduated high school, right before, I started watching some more, getting back into it kind of. And I remember watching, I don't know why it stuck with me. There was a No Mercy pay-per-view, and it was Kane and Tess.
Yes.
And I thought, damn, those guys are like my size. I was 6'6", 6'7" at that age. And I was like, damn. They're athletic. They can move. It's like that inspired me. Like maybe one day, I play some football and
I ended up getting sick, but I would watch pay-per-views with my my buddies in college, and got really into it after I got sick my sophomore year. Got like a respiratory virus, and they didn't diagnose it for like 6 months. So I went through a whole problem with weight gain and being on oxygen. And so it just wasn't, fun. So I was like, well, what am I going to do next? My grades are plummeting because I missed all the school because I was sick. So I was like, all right. I saw a wrestling show that was local, so I went with a buddy. My first ever wrestling show I've ever went to. And on the card was a local guy from Minnesota named Mitch Paradise, and he was facing the current WWF Cruiserweight Champion, Jerry Lynn. And I watched that match, and I fell in love with independent wrestling, which I didn't even know about. I didn't know that was the gateway to get in. So I decided to tell my parents that I'm quitting college. I'm going to work at a gentleman's club to survive, and I'm going to train to be a professional wrestler.
Very nice.
So, yeah. And then that was a long journey. But, things worked out. And about 8 years later, I made it. So it all worked.
That's
yeah.
Jacob, sorry.
Oh, so you say you worked at a gentleman's club. I take it you're a bouncer. Do you have any stories about those times?
I got one that always sticks out to me just because there's always the funny stories, but then there's the serious stories. So this is probably one of the more serious. We were leaving shift one day. I noticed that the parking lot, light was dark for some reason. We'd already got escorted the girls out of the building, so it was just me, another one of the bouncers, and the manager, Season. And as we were leaving, I see Greg, his name, we called him G. He was the bouncer, big dude. He just decided to start sprinting and running away. So I start sprinting and running away, and I would turn around, and the guy's got a shotgun.
Oh, man.
And he's holding us. So we got the guy with into her head, and the guy, or cell phones were like a big deal, and everybody had them in their pockets. So it's like 4 a.m. It's dark. It's out in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, we went back, and I specifically remember I was starting to train to be a wrestler. So I think I tried to mess with the guy, and I bumped into an air conditioner with my knee and hopped towards him, and he he cocked the gun back and said, "Don't fuck with me." Sorry for the language. And I didn't screw with him. I went to the back of the building with the other two, and he started zip tying me with little Ziplocs, and had the gun pressed to my lat. And when that was going on, G, who was also laying down, decided to rush him. And when he rushed him, the guy got off of me. But as soon as G jumped over me, he got shot point blank in the chest with a sawed-off shotgun, double barrel.
Oh my God!
So my first reaction was to pick him up over my shoulder, because he dropped like he was nothing. The guy's like 265, just a muscular dude, and he just collapsed. And I remember picking him up. Season was already sprinting to her car. This was on a 70-mile-an-hour highway as well. So I picked him up, looked this guy in the eyes, didn't know if that shotgun had a second shot ready to go because it was double barrel. But I just turned around and ran up to the highway, flagged down the first truck I saw. The guy looked petrified, didn't want to help. But Season came the wrong way down the highway because she had her keys still on her, and we rushed to the hospital. I was holding his wound all the way there, giving him prayers, and he made it. They never did find the guy though, and I blame a lot of that on the stigma of gentlemen's clubs, and the guy that was shot was black, and I think the town of St. Cloud at the time, St. Cloud, Minnesota, I'll say that out loud, I think that they had some racist cops, and that's all I'm going to say.
I believe it.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy! Wow.
Jeez, that's a scary experience. Oh, that's scary.
Well, I guess I'll go next. Of course, you teamed with Brody Lee, Luke Harper a lot in your career, at least in WWE. What was one of your favorite matches that, like a match that stood out to you when you and Harper teamed up together?
You know, like our matches with the Usos, anything with New Day, really clicking together with the Bludgeon Brothers and match that we had together as a team when he came back for that short bit when it was Hell in a Cell versus Roman and Bryan. I think that was the most fun I ever had in the ring with him.
Wow.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, it still doesn't seem real that Brody Lee isn't here. This is a dream match of mine, but you and Brody Lee in AEW versus who was I supposed to talk about? Oh, John Moxley and like Eddie Kingston. That was one of my dream matches that I wish that would have happened.
Well, I know whenever I wrestle, he's always, there either laughing at me screwing up or laughing at me doing a good job.
So, speaking of your time with the Wyatt family, what was the hardest part of your whole gimmick and character? What was the hardest part, like trying to figure out how to, develop and especially improve it for like the main roster after coming up from NXT?
The hardest part for me was getting over basically they like to screw with your mind at NXT at that time. So they wanted to make you to feel like everything you did was wrong. And it took me a few years on the main roster to say, hey, why did I get rid of I got rid of some bad habits, but there was just move sets, different things I did on the indies that I didn't start doing until later, but that's only because my mind was so screwed up from NXT and just second guessing everything I did. And it wasn't until I was working the main roster guys at the time. And you got to remember, Kane, Henry, Big Show, Undertaker, they're all these big guys that have been around for years. You had Punk, regularly on the roster. Mysterio was there. We got to work with a lot of very talented guys that Jericho, everyone who had been around and done it. So we had a lot of good advice at that point in our years. And I think the system before it became what it is now, it really screwed with people's heads.
It really sounds like a crazy version of sports entertainment boot camp. Wow, I didn't realize it was that into breaking down, people as a wrestler. I know that they would help polished independent wrestlers just from what us fans see, but wow, I didn't realize they really broke you down like that. That's crazy.
I remember when they had John Brody, they were making him wear trunks. It was the weirdest thing. So at the time I was doing a Viking gimmick and I had an extra pair of black trunks and they made us tag wearing black trunks. And it was it's just because that's what big guys are supposed to do. They're supposed to show their whole bodies. And no, it just felt uncomfortable and not us. That's not him, right. Especially. And even with him, it's they wanted to slow down his moveset and not have him do half the stuff he could do and just make it as generic as possible.
Because I know there's that famous story of him with Brody, having to get that Southern accent, even though he was a very well-spoken, someone from Manchester. Was it Manchester, New York, where he's from? Am I correctly?
Yeah, very well-spoken, very articulate, and that story always cracks me up because I always remember going up to him and be like, what the heck you mean you can't talk with the Southern accent? I mean, I was like, just try to sound as hillbilly as you can. You'll be fine. But yeah, to me, that story is true, and it's just ridiculous.
I agree.
So, obviously, a few of us are big fans of Busted Open Radio. One of our favorites on there is obviously Bully Ray. He talks about locker room camaraderie and just the different feels in locker rooms. So going from WWE and then to AEW locker room, what was the feeling for you there? Like, was there a different sense of feeling in WWE when coming over to AEW?
So it's funny because like every time I've been over at AEW, it's like the guys I congregate to are the guys you already know, the guys that I've shared locker rooms with, or the guys that I've done some indie shows with, and like I know these guys. Wrestling maybe you feel like a big world, but it's pretty small, and everyone's kind of just one big family. So like if guys are going through crap together in a crappy setting, or if the morale is bad, they still cling to each other to make everything better. So even like the worst morale I've ever had in WWE, the one thing I look forward to was hanging out with the boys. So I don't think there's much of a difference there. I think just the morale in the locker room, and I'm sure that happens in AEW. I'm sure guys get upset.
Yeah,
they're not getting pushed the way they want to. Their character's not being able to do what it wants to. But at the end of the day, you don't write the storylines. Like, do you have more control over your promos per se on one show or the other? Maybe it depends who you are. It's all case to case. I don't like to make assumptions on what people can do. And, if I see something that's bad, I like to think it's something that's, maybe like, oh man, like, I wonder what it was like before that. Or maybe he did better with it, or maybe he did worse with it. Like, I don't know. Nobody knows. That's the whole fun of wrestling. That's the whole fun of watching it. I can sit and watch a match. Like tonight, I think, before I had to go run some errands, but I watched just the opening match with MJF and Adam Cole because I was curious, and it got me hooked because it was that old school style of wrestling that I love. The easy story. They didn't do anything too quick and flashy. They sold all the moves. It looked like a fight. It looked like a championship fight, and like that's how you draw in viewers.
That's true. Let me ask you this: was there anybody that pulled you aside as far as like in the WWE and kind of, I guess, took you under their wing as I guess in a way of saying?
I mean, like I said, I was lucky. I got to tag with a very knowledgeable guy and learn from a guy over, and learn to be more comfortable with what I do. And my whole goal was to be different and do different things than anybody else.
So you talk about watching that the MJF and the Adam Cole match, and it's old school wrestling. You were actually I did some research on you, Mr. Eric. You were trained by the trainer of champions, Eddie Sharkey. What was training under him like? A former AWA star himself. What's the training? Was that kind of the feel you got from that match, and that kind of training that you got once you started in it?
Man, it's just fundamentals. It's letting the fans know who the good guy and who the bad guy is right away. And I'm not just talking about the Adam Cole baby. They're going to cheer him because he's, Adam Cole. It's like what he did in the match. And if a heel, that's blatant heel, MJF goes outside the ring, whatever. Whether it's a plant, which I hope it is, or just some poor kid that he punches in the face and flips off their hat and glasses, which I don't advise to any workers. But I'm saying, like, who the good guy and bad guy is. And like when he brings in the title and tries the Guerrero spot where he falls down and the ref falls over, and then it's like, oh, the babyface has the belt. Is he going to do the noble thing? No, he's Adam Cole. He's going to take advantage, but he's still the babyface of the match because he's taking advantage. And then the crowd bites on the finish, but the dude kicks out. So like that's the kind of old school story that gets people still involved today. And that's like, people talk about spamming moves, doing like 100 moves. It's like if you do 100 moves and the guy kicks out, like your moves they suck.
That's the way to put it bluntly.
Yeah, no, honestly,
I agree 100%.
Michael, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So this is gonna be long-winded. 2014, I went to my first. Oh, there's my cat. 2014, I went to my first live event in Greenville, North Carolina, and I believe you faced the Big Show at that event. I actually pulled it on my Facebook before the show just to make sure. I remember in that time period, I think they split up the Wyatt family, and I'm just curious, why do they do that, and how did you feel about it?
You know, I don't know why they did a lot of things they did, but you always take everything you can as an opportunity to do something.
Yeah.
I hated my first babyface run. I hated it because I would get to television. I'm 6', 8, 300+ pounds. I'm a babyface trying to be established, but yet you have me lose every match that's on Raw or SmackDown. It was funny because I'd go into TV, and if I was on a Superstars or a main event, I would know I was winning without asking. And if I was on a Raw or SmackDown with a match, I know I was losing. That's how predictable it got, and that's just me coming to work. Like I'll do whatever you want me to do, but there was no story to say, hey, this guy's losing. Because I remember, like, I had that match, and people make fun of it all they want, the stairs match, but like, it's a stupid concept. But like, here's this babyface being established, and it's just to get Big Show over so that he looks like a threat for Roman. There's all these different layers that go in to whatever. And I remember specifically I hated doing house shows because I was the only babyface that would be, losing every match. And that was just to keep show strong so we could look good for Roman. I remember my debut at Madison Square Garden, and was a match with Big Show that had to go like 4 minutes long. I wasn't allowed to have any sort of comeback because Arn Anderson was the producer, and he's like, "I'm sorry, big man," but it's like they wanted him to come out later on for the main event, and we were like semi-main, and that's just the way stuff happened. And I'm glad eventually I got to have another chance. It's like a singles heel, which I thought I did a lot better at until I was given that cage. But like, it's just having opportunities and making the best you can of whatever opportunity you have. So if I could, people remember the stairs match for good or bad. People still remember it. So I try to make the best of whatever crappy opportunity I had, regardless of booking or being told I could speak or whatever. If I couldn't speak, I'd try to come up with different fun, gimmicky ways to get people interested in me.
What do you think about your time with Daniel Bryan? That's one of my favorite parts of your time in WWE. What do you think about that?
Great.
Good question.
No, I love that. I wish they would have showed more banter between us, but I think it paid off when I finally was able to tell him off and tell him why I was pissed off, because those are real feelings I was having. Like, the company kept me quiet for so long. I had so much I wanted to say, and that could have went on for a long time, and it could have, they talk about this business, which is why I'm a huge advocate in these house shows for guys coming up. Because and people, say, oh, the house shows, they get people hurt. No, they don't. Like, you just learn how to work so you can work 200 days a year and not get hurt. It's to me, I learned more on the house shows doing things than I ever did on the main roster. Ever did on television. It helped prepare you for that.
Do you think you have more? Well, for lack of a better word, more freedom doing house shows?
With at the time, that's all I can speak for is at the time with WWE. Yes, you had more freedom. Were there things that I didn't want you to do on house shows? Definitely. We couldn't change matches. I remember once when I was tagging with Daniel, we had some tag match, and I think Walter was at the time. He was up on some shows, and Daniel was a huge advocate on getting a match between me and him, just so he could watch from backstage and laugh with the boys, because they just want to see two big guys beat the living shit out of each other. But no, it's like, to me, it's like when I was there, the stuff I did in house shows, if I did it on TV, then you'd have Vince get upset, like, oh, he's pandering to the crowd too much, or oh, he's doing this too much, or oh,
Yeah.
so it's a lot of different, things and advice. But at the end of the day, TV, when I was there, was for a party of one. You pleased him. If he was happy, you did your job.
So while you're traveling, doing house shows, especially going to different countries, was there any like country like cuisine or food or dish that you liked that was really different from what you would normally hear in the States?
You kind of cut out a little bit. Sorry.
You're good. I was asking, so with your travels doing house shows and going to like Japan and Germany, was there any like place that had like a really unique dish that you thought you weren't gonna like, but you ended up enjoying?
A unique dish?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Nice question. I mean, I'm a big fan of fish, but I'm always wary of looking at my fish. So I think a lot of like, I fell in love with like the trout that you could look at and then tear apart. It's kind of like a smoked trout.
Yeah.
And they have that a lot in Scandinavian countries. So like they would, like for breakfast, you just go down for breakfast and they'd have, just fish looking at you, and you just peel back the scales and rip out a big ass piece of fish, and there's your breakfast. So that was always something I always looked forward to, that and lox and all sorts of stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
So
I'll try it for sure.
I don't know if it's true or not, because you take everything you see online with a grain of salt. But do you plan on pursuing an acting career?
100%. I'm doing it right now.
Awesome.
I mean, I look at it this way. For years, I wrestled as like, I want to make it as a wrestler. And, what's the quota of making it as a wrestler? What does everybody want? They want to make it to the top company. They want to make it, on the top shows, and I pretty much did that consistently for almost 9-10 years. So like, to me, that's cool. But like, now I have this other goal, and it's acting, and it's either of them are easy journeys. You know what I'm saying? And any kind of win you get is awesome. So like, to me, anytime I audition and I get the part and I go on set, that's me winning and getting experience. So like, I just filmed a small indie film the last couple days, and just being on set for 2 days, that creativity I got to do on set and collaborations I got to do with the director, or learning a little bit more about and how to do the stunt coordination side of it too. Like, that's stuff like when you're on the main roster, that's those learning experiences that are going to make you better for the next thing.
I watched this one,
like a stepping stone kind of thing.
I want to show this one comment of our live viewers. Would you want to be in a Thor movie?
Who would say no to making some good money with Marvel? What I would rather be in one of Egger's films. You saw him do Northman, you saw him do The Lighthouse. You saw
fantastic film. Yep.
Yeah. So like, I'm a big fan of movies that have depth in characters, because that's something for years I didn't get to show. And I want to show the layers, of these characters that are written wonderfully. And, working with, directors and how to bring that character to life. Like, that's the cool thing. Somebody writes something on a piece of paper and then there it is in front of you. Like, that's cool to see, how it all starts from. Like, I did a short film for a buddy of mine, very talented buddy, called Tito. Watch it on YouTube. But I got to read the script and then be there for the whole thing on how he created the whole the whole thing from script to the whole world, and it's just amazing what people can create with their mind, and I think that's what I always loved about the movies. Whether it be a horror movie or a drama or a romantic comedy, like there's just so much that goes behind everything, and the actors are just a small piece of it.
True.
What's your favorite genre of movies?
I mean, I'm a horror fan. I mean, I always
Can't
been
go
a
wrong with that.
but I'm getting more into the beauty of the indie drama.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Finally,
My little girl's happy about that
one. So Eric, my question is you're from Minnesota. We might have a little beef. I'm originally from Chicago, so but
well, I don't have beef
this
with
is
anybody from Chicago. I mean, that's Wisconsin.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Wisconsin.
Okay. But my question is, from someone who's from Minnesota, I've been there quite a bit. I've been to Duluth. I've been to St. Paul, St. Cloud, like you mentioned. If people are visiting Minnesota, what are some good food places they should go? So we were talking about food earlier. I'm a foodie. I think we're all foodies. So like as a hometown boy of home state boy of Minnesota, what's some places you would recommend to people?
Man, this is terrible because I've been eating in so much lately.
DoorDash is a miracle.
I went to Mallard's. Is a nice they got like fish dishes and like just home cooked meals and cocktails. I mean there's difference between like getting good food and then getting like food and games and fun. Like we have pinball spots. We got arcades. We got all the beaches and bar. I'm a bar hopper. I love bars. I built one in my house. Even if I'm not drinking down there, I'm still spending time down there. So I don't know as far as like the foodie thing. Like save your money, kids.
I agree.
Getting great life advice with Eric.
I will say if you haven't been to Duluth in a while, I haven't been, but the one place I enjoyed there was called Tavern on the Hill. Had some really good burgers.
All right, I thought you were gonna say Grandma B's or something. The Grandma's Marathon originates at this Grandma B's restaurant, so that everybody else when they go to Duluth. Yeah.
I do want to show this one comment. Eric, would you wish my mom a happy birthday? Her name is Brenda.
How old is she?
She's actually my grandmother. Well, this is my uncle. She's gonna be, I believe 70. 70 should be 70.
And her name is Brenda.
Yep.
All right. Happy 70th birthday, Brenda. And I'm sorry that you have a disappointment as a grandchild.
Oh my God.
Got him.
Because you never, ever say a woman's age on the air.
Oh.
Sir.
And that's why Connor is single.
Oh.
You're gonna regret that. Playing.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna be kicked off once. I'll be Eric, so take me back. How was filming the Wyatt compound match? Like what was going through your mind when they approached you with the idea and then executing it? Like, did things go as planned? Was it just kind of free off the cuff, or like did you guys have set spots that you guys were wanting to do?
That was a nightmare shoot. We filmed so much more than that. It was Florida, humid, bugs. We filmed so much. We were there for 2 days. Like, they only used a small fraction, edited weirdly. There was just so much, like, it just, I didn't like the way it came off at all. And only thing I remember from that day was Braun being like, I can go through this windshield, And us all looking at each other like, well, people at home aren't going to know it's real. They're just going to think it's a fake windshield. So he's like, well, I'm sure I can break it. And I was like, well, yeah. I was like, yeah, you're going to break it, but you're going to get cut up. I was like, do you want to be all cut up in the swamp?
Ooh.
So yeah, he went through it, and yeah, he bled profusely.
Oh, that just sounds like a staph infection.
And then I'm like, was that worth it? Because we could have just got a fake windshield.
For real.
The Wyatt,
it's not hard.
The Wyatt compound match, was that the match that took place during the pandemic, or am I thinking of something else?
That was before.
That's the one I said. That's the one I said no to.
Oh,
Really?
They called me for that. I think I had 3 days left in my contract of the 90 days after it let me go, and I think I was already 3 weeks into filming Ghosts of the Ozarks out in Arkansas. And they called me. They're like, "Hey, we want to use you." I'm like, "Yeah, I can come on Sunday when I wrap this movie, but I'm not leaving them after 3.5 weeks to come help you."
Wow,
that's understandable. I mean,
And then I watched it, and I wasn't a fan of that one either.
Did you like any of during that weird time of the pandemic? Did you like any of the cinematic matches that they were shown, or do you think it kind of took away from the heart and soul of what professional wrestling is?
The only thing I liked during the pandemic era wrestling was the passionate promos from Edge, the promos from Drew. Just it elevated them and made them not do wrestly promos. And Edge was always good with that, but especially Drew, it's like he connected more with people because people looked at his eyes, looked at his emotion. Nobody was saying boo, boo, boo. I mean, I saw a viral clip of poor Finn trying to cut a passion promo with the crowd just singing songs.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And what sucks is if you're an actor in the theater and you got somebody screaming in front of you, there's a reason they have rules, because their performance is going to be thrown off. And if he's trying to cut this passion promo, yeah, he's how is he going to shut up the crowd? How are you going to take him seriously? I mean, he's, if you get flustered, you're like, I'm serious. I want to say something serious. Well, I don't believe it because we're singing a song here. So during the pandemic, there was none of that, and you got to listen, and you got hooked on these promos.
That's a good point.
That's why I'm a fan. That's why I'm a fan of longer backstage things as well. But obviously, within the live crowd, you want to keep them happy too.
Yeah. I feel like you kind of have to meet that median in a way, because especially when you see the backstage area and see the different emotion and stories being told. Especially going back and looking at how Mick Foley, was in boiler rooms and seeing how those played out. I feel like that's something that's kind of a missed art nowadays, is just the backstage experience.
I mean, truth be told, I don't know how the crowd could be happy at a WWE show, because I've been to 2 Raws and they play endless commercials. They ain't keeping me happy.
Nothing worse than getting an entrance and then standing out there for the commercial break of 3 minutes.
It's so awkward, being there and seeing it.
All right, your entrance is up. Well, what am I going to do out there for 3 minutes? I don't know. Just stand around.
Just flex your muscles. There you
go. Just from one. Would you like to be in a John Wick movie?
Yeah, I'll be the guy that gets killed by John. Number 7,221.
That's a good.
I mean, as long as I get this cool fight scene like Common did, I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good scene.
So everybody listening now, make sure you tweet for the next John Wick movie. Make sure that Eric plays Thug number 1, and make sure he has this long, great fight scene.
Oh no, I need a name. I can't be Thug number 1 no more. Gotta have an actual name.
Okay, we'll find a name for you.
Yeah, we'll find a name. So, Eric, you mentioned horror. Horror is one of your favorite. It's one of my favorites. I worked in the haunted house industry for about 10 years, so horror's been with me from my childhood. What was the very first horror movie you ever watched growing up?
The one that sticks out, and I don't know why it always comes back to me, is House.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
I remember being a little kid, and my parents had one of those little tents in the living room, and whenever a scary part would come, I would just go hide in the tent. And so that was like one of the first, and then I remember whenever I would go to my uncle's who lived on like a farm, horse farm / whatever, cornfield. I remember he made me watch Children of the Corn. And in the middle of the night, they came, him and his wife came, and they basically picked me up out of bed. I'm like, I think 6-7 years old. They picked me up and then they tied me to a stump in the cornfield.
What?
Seriously?
And then like I'm screaming and they're like, Malachi.
What the hell?
So that always stuck out to me. And then I remember I just started loving horror movies. Once I tricked my younger sister into watching one of the Friday the 13th movies, and I said, "Hey, we're watching London," and it was just because kids were going to camp and they were riding, and I'm like, "They're going to London." And then once the first guy got killed, my mom comes up screaming, "You can't have your little sister watch this stuff." You like that story?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah,
I'm glad she agrees.
I honestly think, Eric, if they redid House, you would be a good Big Ben.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you would play a great Big Ben.
I could see it. I'd rather be in a remake of the Father's Day skit and just be the old dead guys that in a suit say Father's Day. I want my cake.
Yeah. I finally got my cake.
I want to show this one
Happy
comment.
birthday.
As we were talking earlier, my grandmother's on here. Eric, I wanted to thank you for my birthday wish. I absolutely don't mind anyone knowing my age. I'm very blessed to be my age, and I am Avid or something.
Well, Brenda, thank you, and I'm sure that you forgot to, do the CK at the end, but I don't blame you. I blame your grandson.
We got beef with Connor and Eric.
Oh snap!
Only with Connor from the Ascension.
Oh, here we go.
Oh man, I feel bad.
Here we go. Bang bang.
No. Ryan Connor is probably a good friend of mine. I just like to rib him.
So, with your love for horror movies, was there any idea from, like, say, any of your favorites that you want to incorporate with the Wyatt family, or as the Bludgeon Brothers, or just by yourself? Was there any kind of character idea, or almost a scene that you wanted to kind of make your own and bring it to the WWE?
Yeah. I mean, first off, look what I wore. I wore coveralls, like all Slipknot and all Halloween. Michael Myers.
Good point. That's a good point.
So I was a big fan of Texas Chainsaw 2 and the camaraderie between Chop Top and Leatherface, and I always assumed on TV I was the Leatherface character who wanted to be nice and just wanted to be loved, and Brody was Chop Top, the loud, arrogant guy with a plan.
I like that.
Where the plan doesn't always necessarily work out, which is why it was always my idea for him to slap me around, like get me upset, like stop taking.
That's good.
So we would do stuff like that, and I'm like, well, we're kidnapping guys like Miz. We're kidnapping kids, but they're not showing what we're doing. What great character development with me trying to be the good guy, even though in a second I'll smash your brain in, but while I'm being nice, then you got John in the background, being the mean one, and that's the perfect story and the way to show the characters and how they can be lovable, yet be these crazy heels.
I agree. The other
I love a
face
good
didn't
lovable
know what the
heel.
hell was going on. Somebody just broke in his house.
But they never wanted to show
All
it
Brody
because it was a
needed was the
PG show.
hanger. That's all Brody needed was the hanger.
Yeah, but
Right.
they didn't want him to talk because he couldn't do a southern accent.
Still baffles me. Oh man.
Just so you so where did you train to wrestle at? I'll ask a lot of wrestlers on here that we have. So where did you train to become a wrestler? Well, I know Adam said who you were trained by, but
Where did I train? In Minnesota. Yeah. In Minnesota. So he was out of I think I don't know if it was just a suburb of Minneapolis. But yeah, that was with Eddie Sharkey. And then, your training never stops. So like I did that in 2002, and then fast forward to 2007, I went to Pro Wrestling Noah and I trained in the dojo while doing a couple tours with them. And then I basically, when I came back from there, I had a 1-year-old at the time, and I was a single dad. So I wasn't in the opportunities to be like the traveling indie guy. I couldn't go to the ROHs. I couldn't go, out of the Midwest. And the minute you do that, you stop getting better. You just kind of stay the same. You get stuck in a hole. You think, it's like that big fish in a little pond syndrome, where you're just stuck and you're not improving. And anybody that work everywhere you can, as many different people as you can, as many different crowds, in front of as many different people, different kinds of crowds as you can, because that's what's going to make you improve. So, yeah. So luckily, a few years after I was in Japan, I was able to get signed with WWE. And then that was another. Then you're training with developmental. You train with Norman Smiley. You train with Ricky Steamboat, Tom Pritchard. I think I said Terry Taylor. I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, you have all these other guys. Then you get on the main roster. Then you're on the job training, and you're training with, all the legends you watched as a kid. You're training with all the up and comers. You're having producers like Fit Finley, and being able to learn from those guys. And you never stop learning. I mean, then fast forward, you do the indies now, and it's like, if you work somebody that's not as good as you, then you got to think on the fly. You got to think how to make this match as good as possible, given the talent you have in the match. And so, like, to me, you're always learning. You're never not. No matter what kind of entertainment business you're doing, you're always learning something new, whether it's wrestling, acting. I mean, if you're not learning something every day, then you might as well just have a zombie job, because you're going to be happy with that. If you think you know it all, then just stop what you're doing.
What was the
That's deep and real.
What was the biggest piece of advice that you got from Ricky Steamboat?
It's funny you say Ricky Steamboat. So it's that getting that fire, that real fire underneath you, not being timid. So, like, if somebody gets in your face and they're pushing you, are you just going to push them and be like, get off of me? Or are you going to push them and, it's like, get the F off of me? Like you want people to believe it. So I remember he was doing stuff, and we were in this, in FCW, it was like there was like 2 or 3 rings in this like little warehouse. And so we had all these different classes going on, and I'm in a ring with Ricky, and he was pushing me and trying to get me to like be verbal. And I remember I almost pushed him on his ass and just started screaming at him and cutting a promo, like, because he wanted that out of me. And everyone like stopped and that was doing whatever class they were doing, and they were ready to like stop me from hurting Ricky.
Wow.
Because and not because I was going to do anything, but because I had that fire that he was trying to teach to come out of me, to show like, hey, I can come out of that shell and be vocal and make it look realistic that I want to kill this guy. So like that was a lesson I learned from him.
And that's crazy. Like that, you basically it clicked. That's crazy. That one moment. That's all it took to click, and then everybody stops and just, wow, that is incredible. You were that believable. That is amazing.
I don't want to take out too much of your time since it's a very late interview, but does anyone else got any other questions?
Oh, I have one more.
All
Can you
right.
tell us about any pranks?
Pranks?
Of any kind.
So I never had time for pranks. I mean, I'm a dad. I don't got time for shenanigans.
Gotcha.
I mean, I never got screwed with. I never had people like rib me like that. You know, not that I can think of that left the lasting impression on me. And I don't know why. Like I remember being in the dojos and they'd rip the hell out of some of these young boys, and I was like, how come they're not doing this to me? Like, I want to get ribbed, but no, I didn't. I didn't want my clothes stripped off and thrown down the chute of the second-story building, and then make the poor young boy have to run downstairs naked. No, I didn't want that.
That's oddly descriptive.
Yeah,
I do remember.
I remember watching that and being like, yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do that.
I do remember one time WWE had a show called Swerved, and you were on there, and this woman, and she came up to you.
All right, they tried to pull something on me for real. Like besides that, they now I remember. Thank you for reminding me because I was pissed. So like for years I had tried a Viking gimmick, which I was told would never work in WWE, and this was like before Vikings was even like a huge thing. And you know, now there's obviously the Viking Raiders, but whatever. So like this is a few years after, you know, we were already debuted with the Wyatt family, and I was told by one of the TR guys, hey, you need to go into this room, like they want you to cut some promos in wrestling gear, or you know, as a Viking, because they're thinking about switching your gimmick. And I was like, I looked at the stuff, and it was like these fake horns and like just fake fur, and I turned and looked at Carano, and I was like, well, this is bullshit. I was like, I tried this gimmick for years. I was like, if you want to look at old tapes from FCW where I was cutting all these promos in front of Dusty, I was like, you're more welcome to go look at it. But if you want me to wear this ridiculous costume and try to pitch something that I pitched for you guys for 4 years, you're out of your goddamn mind, and I'll go to Vince right now. And I just walked out the door and started walking towards Vince, and he had like run after me and stop me. No, it was a joke. It was a joke.
It's a prank, bro.
Wow.
And I was like, you can't joke around with guys that are away from their families, and like, we just don't got time for that. Like, we're already got enough, like, and we got to deal with enough crap that's personal to us. Like I didn't like that show at all, because it was like, you do understand that our life is on the road, and like we're making sacrifices to be away. Like we didn't want to be ribbed. It was the stupidest thing. I think I saw one where they like didn't let one of the guys into the building, and I was like, that's ridiculous. I would have been so pissed off.
I believe Ric Flair was one of them. And he got mad and he walked all the way down the street. And then he.
Thanks for reminding me of that. That's,
I apologize. I do apologize.
So I. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Adam.
I was just going to ask. My final question was, I marked out hard when you showed up with the Lucha Brothers in AEW. When will we see Eric Redbeard back in AEW? Because I'd love to see you back on TV, man.
Real talk.
When there's a need for big men to actually have programs.
Yeah.
And you know, or if there's a need for Wardlow to get his ass kicked by somebody bigger than him.
Yes, please.
To follow up with that question,
please get an Eric Redbeard Wardlow match. Oh my God, I would love that.
His ass kicked.
To follow up with that question,
I can do a whisper in the wind. Come on now. He's big, but catch me right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. To follow up with that question,
Meaning he'll fall over.
yeah.
But
The few times you appeared in AEW, was there ever interest in having you in full time, or has it just always been like this is always like a one-off thing or something?
It's always been one-offs, and
Okay.
seeing how some of the bigger guys are used, like, or the lack of like big guys, it doesn't make me hopeful for where my place would be in that company if I was to be there. And that's all you look for when you look for wrestling, is like where do you fit in? Where would you fit in? And like right at this moment, I don't see where I would fit in, unless I had a feud with somebody. But like that once that feud's over, most feuds now are so weird, like they last like 2 weeks. Feuds should last a month. I love that about wrestling back in the day, because like you look forward to these monthly pay-per-views, and that's what I would get together with my buddies in college, and we'd get a cheap meal and sit down, and we'd put like $5 in a piece, and we'd watch this pay-per-view. And every match in the pay-per-view had these stories that were built up, and that's what I look forward to. Like, oh shit, so this match is happening because this guy did this and that. Yeah, I've been watching every week. Like, I know what's going to happen. Like, they're going to have this epic fight now. Like, no matter what match it was, like there was stories, and like I feel like maybe three or four matches have like a kind of a story, and the rest don't. And I don't know what the reasoning for that is. And it just makes me not want to watch wrestling.
Yeah, definitely.
That's just me as a fan.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, to add to your point with the big man, I mean, Wardlow is amazing, and I feel like they dropped the ball on Wardlow like plenty of times, but he's great. I think they could do way more.
I enjoy him. I enjoy Lance Archer. I've always been a fan of Miro. There's that Hobbs kid. Like, I've seen a little bit from him, but like he doesn't. They aren't on TV enough.
Yeah.
To
agree.
Morrissey's always in a group. He's not like the Impact Morrissey. It's a different character altogether. He's not having these long matches, and then like I watch some things some people do, and it's like the major problem with big guys in wrestling. I'll just say this as like my kind of like huff buff, is that when you watch MMA, you have heavyweights, and then you have light heavyweights, and you have all this. So if the heavyweights take a loss, hey, they're taking it to another heavyweight.
Right.
In wrestling, you don't have that. So like if you're constantly losing to a guy that's half your size, and this isn't a knock on anybody in sizes and all that shit, but perception's the reality of what people see. And if I'm constantly losing to like a Rey Mysterio, I'm not just saying that because I don't want to call out anybody, and Rey Mysterio is just known for being one of the greatest small men in history. But if I'm constantly losing to Rey Mysterio every week, just getting beat and it looking like a squash match, where's my credibility?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have any at that point, because it almost reminds me of that meme that you see with Ray and the Great Khali, and was it Khali, Big Show, and Mark Henry versus, or that meme, that clip. It just kind of like once something that kind of hit, I feel like a lot of credibility for big man kind of shifted a little bit to where it wasn't as believable.
And we have a difference of like the big guy in that show. There's a lot of guys that are like less than half their size, and instead of just cycling, I feel like they cycle the big guys in to be like the one that like the smaller guys got to beat as like an obstacle, but then they disappear after they beat them.
Yeah,
we don't need you, or we need you to reset you. And I hope that changes. I hope they do something about that. I hope some of those guys get storylines at the top. I hope they get like month-long storylines where like whoever the champion is, whether it be MJF or Adam Cole, like, oh, He's got to go through, like they did it with Lance a couple times, where he had to be
Yeah.
the guy that fought Paige. They had some great matches, but
Yeah.
like, let him run with the ball. Let him beat him. Let him be champion. Let people have. It's not going to hurt the credibility of the smaller guy.
No,
to
Not at all.
have to overcome this guy. So there you go. It's like 2 or 3 months where this guy's on top to establish credibility. So when he finally loses, it means more.
especially with like a guy like Archer, because
And then
I
he can move
loved
on.
when he would because I loved when he would just throw Marco Stunt around like he was nothing. That was always my favorite parts, during his time, at least during the pandemic portion of his run. So I would love to see that come back where you mull through a few people, beat a few normal sized guys, and then have that big monster of a champion. That's why I love to see Hobbs or a Wardlow be on top of that card, because I bet one of those two monsters, or even Archer, one of my favorite Texans. I think he would be a great world champion for AEW, or even hold the TNT belt.
Yeah, and like on the flip side, even like Almost, I feel like he's
Almost,
lost.
yes.
I feel like
I
he's
agree with
losing his credibility. Like,
Yeah.
and like, not that he ever had it, because he never beat anybody, and he's going. And but the worst thing is he's the heel too.
Yeah.
So he's the big guy that can cheat. He has like a mouthpiece out there to help him win. And to me, just optically, it just sucks. Like, and I'm a fan. I want these guys to do good, because the better everybody does, the more eyes are going to want to be on the product.
Yeah, I feel like I 100% agree with you. I think that was what Impact was doing right for a couple of years, and they had Moose and then W. Morrissey. Like when Big Bill had his run. Like I remember watching him here in Dallas at Hard to Kill, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like he is what I wanted him to be in WWE. It's just crazy to see. Almost every company right now is having a hard time with their big man. I feel like they're not booking them as consistent.
Yeah, well, then that's been a problem for a while, for a while,
decades.
And I agree with you on that one, Lane, too, with Impact back in TNA when they had Abyss. Abyss was one of the best big men in TNA. He was one of my favorite wrestlers in that promotion, and they just dropped the ball with him like later on, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah. They fumbled the whole thing.
The only company that seems to be using a big man as their champion is the NWA, and he doesn't seem to have a whole lot of challengers.
No,
which is interesting.
Could we see Eric Redbeard versus Atyrus?
Yes.
I don't think anybody's itching to pay top dollar for that one.
Hey, I'd pay for that.
You don't know that, bro.
I don't know. My whole gimmick's about the music, man, and NWA don't have no entrance music. I don't like
that's true.
Yeah,
they're still studio wrestling.
I don't like that. How can I be a fan of heavy metal, want to promote heavy metal, and not be able to come out to a metal song? I mean, I had a Monomarth get in the ring for me. That's my song.
Yeah.
I guess I'll ask one last question to end the stream. You talked about MJF later in this interview. Do you feel like MJF is the last true heel in wrestling?
Absolutely not. I mean, I think he's one of the biggest dickheads. Can I say that?
Of course.
Actors talk about method actors, and I'm like, man, this MJF's totally method. I'm sick of it. Like, get over yourself, man. Be that character, but behind closed doors, like, man, just calm down. Like, this isn't your life.
You see, they believe his own bullshit.
We know it's fake, and if fans enjoy this legitimately, like this 24/7 charade of heelness, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember when I was in the Wyatts, I dressed the gimmick and I flew, with it. But like at the end of the day, I had a passport. How'd I get on the plane? I got a driver's license. I didn't give that up. Like people know. Like I tried not to tweet because like why would we have Twitter? But like this day and age, we're here. But also in this day and age, you can't get away with saying certain things. You can't get away with doing certain things. And there's this line, and I know he likes to cross the line and be edgy and I love his work. in the ring. I love his heel work when it comes to in the context of a match, if that makes sense. Like I think he's great.
I get it.
Do I think he's method, and do I just not like the method style in wrestling? Yeah, I don't like that. It's 2023. It's a completely different guard. You know, it's I don't know. To me, it just sprinkles with all sorts of things, and I don't want to get into it with you guys, but like I like it, and I like it, and I don't. How's that?
Yeah,
That makes sense. Fair enough.
That's 100% fair.
You don't.
I do.
You don't think you can carry the cult gimmick on Twitter, like the Wyatt family? Like, that guy's running a swamp right now, just doing cult stuff. You don't think you can do that on Twitter?
I mean, isn't TikTok just one big cult? I mean, don't you guys hear about this English kid that just goes and terrorizes people, and then like he never gets arrested? Hey, I just robbed these folks. But it was on TikTok, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Like this is a real kid, and I'm like, well, there's a gimmick. He just goes and he's just an asshole to everybody. Breaks the law, like commandeers trains, but you know, it's for TikTok.
Yeah. It's for the views. That's what the kids say, for the views.
For the clout. So as long as people buy in his t-shirts, he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met MJF one time, and probably worse than he is on TV, honestly. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming on, Eric. We had a tag team coming on. They canceled like 5 minutes before.
Who was
the interview. I don't know if you may not know them, but they're called the Outrunners.
The Outrunners.
I heard of those guys. They were like the American Gladiators kids.
Really?
Okay.
Really?
No, I don't know them at all. But when I looked at them,
Yeah, you had us. Mister doesn't pull any rims.
it would have been great. It would have been greater if I could actually think of two American Gladiators. Like that was Blaze and Thunder's kids.
Yes, Blaze.
Blaze and Thunder.
Yeah, Blaze kids.
Turbo.
Turbo.
Yeah,
but you guys can totally see it now, so it works great.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully they follow through with their commitments in the future.
Yeah, it was a
good start for the business, boys.
Yeah. They're tag team OVW. And, I don't want to go into what happened.
No. I'm sure they're good guys.
You're gonna keep it PC.
They have a little buzz, so I know who they are. So yeah, they seem like they got their heads on straight and know what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah. We definitely appreciate. It was very last minute, and I'm just thank you for doing this very last minute.
Much appreciation.
So,
Yes, thank you, Eric.
No,
was a pleasure.
Thanks for the different questions that I normally get. That's probably why I stayed on so long with you guys. So I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you. And man,
Hey, if I'm ever in Minnesota, I'll buy you a beer. How about that?
No, you're from Chicago.
Oh, that's right.
Fun fact.
Boom, bang.
Fun fact.
I'm down south now.
Eric Rowan.
Fest.
Eric Rowan is the first professional wrestler I've ever talked to, so that's pretty cool.
Really?
For me. Yeah, first professional wrestler I ever talked to. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool experience.
yeah. Thank you.
Did I hang up now, guys? Am I all good to hang up?
Hey, we appreciate you.
Go
Take
spend time with
care.
your kiddo, dude. Yeah, don't
Have a good
Well,
night.
that's
We look forward to
fine.
seeing your film career and
Happy
hopefully
birthday
make it out
again,
to here
Grandma.
soon. All right. Wow.
That was,
What a treat.
What a
That was
great
awesome.
Guy. What a great guy.
Oh my gosh. Like I cannot stop grinning. This was one of the best interviews we've
that
done.
was so good.
And kudos to Michael. Michael, your first pro wrestler interview.
All right.
First time ever.
Pop this cherry.
I was really the one story he was talking about. The one story he was talking about Swerve, that show. I was trying my hardest not to laugh about that.
Dude, the story about the shotgun though, like blew
Oh,
me.
yeah.
That's
That
crazy.
was-
Blew me
I was
away.
like, whoa.
But then he said it was in St. Cloud, and then in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense if it was in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Well, yeah.
Because I've been to St. Cloud. It's not the peachiest town in the world.
What an interview. That was so
Yeah.
good.
Oh my gosh.
We will we will be putting that interview as a separate upload on the channel, probably when next day or two. But yeah, well, we will be back tomorrow for Talking Elite. Let's be a tribute show for the Iron Sheik.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely go check out our Spotify account. I've uploaded a lot more stuff. The first 12 episodes of Talking Elite is on there. I'll probably upload some more. But we're almost there for the complete library of the Talking Elite. And I also appreciate everyone, like all of you guys and the audience watching us for staying out this late for this interview. It's very last minute. I was very lucky. I was able to pull this
I
off.
can't believe it.
I'm proud of you, Connor.
I'm gonna buy you a beer
here.
when we see each other.
Great, yeah.
This was probably one of the best podcasts we've done. I love all the guys, and Eric, man, was just such a cool guy. Like I never thought I'd be interviewing somebody that really like was one part of my favorite faction at one time. So,
he's so laid back too. He's like just a laid back dude. I loved it. I love talking with him.
I found one. Yeah, we'll be back for Talking Elite on tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 7:00 Central.
Friday. Yeah, we gained a few subscribers during this interview.
Sweet.
Yeah, we'll be back Talking Elite tomorrow, Friday, Rampage, and Saturday we'll be back for the debut episode of AEW Collision.
Collision!
Yes.
Collision!
CM Punk's returning. And a lot of other people returning too. Andrade, Miro. Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky is supposed to be Scorpio Sky and Thunder Rosa were advertised, so I feel we're gonna have some surprises.
I'm more excited for Miro. I want to see Miro. Come down, kick some ass. That's what I want to see.
Orders or
Yeah.
resume.
Don't subscribe down below. Check out the links in the description below: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Spotify, and Podbean. Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for Talking Elite.
Yeah. So
have a good night, y'all.
To get his eyes